Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened. Hopefully we're good now. Hopefully we're good now. Electrolyze is so good, though, for Lingering Souls. Queller into Jace isn't horrible. Definitely some potential there, along with Click if we want to play tempo. Well, I thought we were saying we need to go mid-range. Do we have Opt? No, we don't. I'm down for like a mid-rangey Jacekai instead of tempo. If I mean, I don't own Geist, so I don't want it to like. I don't want to like. I have a lot of the tools that we would want if we want to go mid-range. I already own a lot of the mid-range tools, arguably. I don't really own a lot of the tempo. Not enough miracles to justify Opt, though. Hey, what's up, Amber? Hey, a real notification. Hey, what's up, Amber? Alright. What about 5-drop Gideon, 3-drop Gideon, and... I don't have 3-drop Gideon, but I do have 5-drop Gideon. So if we're thinking mid-range, you like these tools instead? If we're going mid-range, we do want Verdict, and maybe even Wrath of God. Because we'll come up against Thrun. Instead of like 2 Verdict, why don't we go like a split of... And then we'll need some actual like Graveyard Hate too. Fudge. I don't know. See, the thing is once we start talking about being a little bit slower, then we need to start worrying about the Trons again, and we need to start worrying about Dredge again. This sounds more like Blue-White Control, though. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is it's like we've tried to walk that path, and it hasn't really worked out for us. I don't have a 3rd Queller, do I? Or 4th Queller. I mean, okay, what about this plan? What about this plan? Hear me out. Transformational sideboard, right? Game 1, we do the whole, as Ophidian put it, Turbo Entreat. We even consider the 3rd Entreat. We play like Romance and a Negate, maybe. And mainboard clicks, right? We're just trying to get them, game 1. And we'll die to a reasonable amount of the format, but there's a reasonable amount of the format that'll be like, wow, crap, my only out is like 1 Maelstrom Pulse, and they don't draw it. We win. We board. And then all the other decks I didn't mention, we just died to because we're basically a worse Jacekai, we have to have a sideboard plan for. And is that sideboard plan, okay, we jam in the 4th Click and the Quellers. Transformational sideboard, baby. Alright, this is how I feel. The notion of Time Warp... Oh, Trans Warp Beaming is like trying to hit a bullet. It's what? The notion of what? Why don't you just do Thing in the Ice and Young Pyromancer? Without the 4th bolt and the... Okay. So you're saying that would be the 4 of bolt, the 2 main board click, maybe even the Remains kind of a build. And then maybe even the 4 treat even so. And maybe even the 2nd Electrolyze. So you're... Oh, okay, hang on. 4th... No, 4th Snap is still here. So you're saying that would be a game 1 configuration, and then the way that we're planning to board is bring in the Quellers. Mine's a format where you need Silver Bullet sideboard cards. I don't think transformational sideboard is where you want to be. Tron's always going to be a struggle unless you go full on control anyway. Mine's a format. I don't get. Oh, I love Silver Bullets. You could jokingly call me the Silver Bullet Mage. I love the fun ofs, but don't think that's good either necessarily. Tron will be a struggle unless you skate under. Tron is a struggle unless you skate. Full control is too slow for Tron. Cute Bunny says I like the main board now. Okay. Well, at least you like it. You mean like 4 Field of Ruin spreading seas? I mean, I'm fine building something that's just like, well, unless we draw or nut draw, we're kind of dead to Tron. Hope we don't play against it, right? I mean, that's fine. We've played those kind of decks before. It's fine once you know what you lose to. Just beat everything else you play. What about 2nd Stony? Kind of wanted the 2nd one for a while now. Sean's never lost to werewolves. So many silver bullets. field is backbreaking for Jeskai mana base, though. Yeah, board a few cards, hope to dodge it. Okay. I mean, you want me to run, like, actual crumbles? Settle is cool because, like, this is, like, another way. Like, this is another card that comes in against Dredge without having to go as deep as Angers. I still like the 2 of Anger in the sideboard because it makes me feel like, okay, well, this is the reason why we're in red. It doesn't play nicely with my Quellers, but, you know, that's why I kind of prefer Settles. Could I just get us another Settle? I really like this card in, like, the Queller click deck style we want to test. You want 2 Stony Silence. It's also for Lantern and Affinity. For sure. All right, a Crumble and some Strokes. Ooh, okay. Run 2 Rest in Peace. Rest in Peace is really good right now. So Ophidian suggests... I'm not going to run just a Singleton Crumble. It's either the 2 of or none of, right? Right? I like the first Disdainful. Stony's good. Stony and a Jace Seal can be okay. So somebody said... I only own 1 Rest in Peace, though. We'd have to get the second one. So maybe 2 Disdains. Oh, I have Ceremonious Rejections. First Disdainful seems great. Okay. It's more flexible than Crumble. I think Crumble is a little bit too specific. Stony will be good. Okay, we'll try the second one. 2 Stonies, a Purge, a Halo, a Dispel, a Sphere, a Settle, 3 Quellers, an Explosives, a Staticaster, a Stroke, and a Wear Tear. Negate will be better than Disdainful, though. Yeah, but Negate's even potentially main deckable. What matchup will the Sphere be for? Do we not need Sphere anymore? Right, so what am I trying to hit on Sphere? If we're trying to be a little bit more combo or a little bit tempo-like. That's true. So what matchup is the Sphere for, and then what are we trying to hit with the Sphere? I guess opposing Planeswalkers. Always awkward if we have a Jace, they have a Jace, and we have a Sphere in our hand. I guess just opposing Walkers. I would bring it in against Tron, but it's not wonderful. Usually you're already out of the game if the Walker hits the table. Disdainful's nice, though, against Titan as well. We could do 1 Negate, 1 Disdainful. It's like a counter suite of Dispel, Negate, Disdainful. Yeah, but that's too narrow. Yeah, if the Sphere is too narrow, then I don't disagree leaving it out. Staticaster is more important. Diversifying the counter suite's always good. Negate will have more targets overall. What about 4 spreading for Geist? I don't have the Geist of St. Draft, though. 3 Spell Quellers, 2 Rest in Peace, Pierces. Yeah, Disdainful has a lot of different targets. You just need to only put in when it's the right matchup. I don't have the Geist of St. Drafts, Grizzy Izzy, unfortunately. I just don't have them. I think they make sense. I just don't own them. I've always felt that Queller feels a little bit better after board, though, just because sometimes they do board out a little bit of removal. Maybe they won't against us because we have clicks and entreats, though, but... Disdainful is good because it hits the most scary finishers in Modern. I could see that. I just don't know if I want 2 in the board. I mean, maybe we do. That's true. I really like the way you put that, cute little bunny. Disdainful hits the most scary finishers in Modern. I like the way you put that. I like the way you said that. I think there's some exceptions to the rule. There's things like Lily, but I like the way you put that. There's a lot of scary finishers in Modern that negate hits that Disdainful can't. Do I have copies of Blessed? I do have Blessed Alliances. Don't know. I'm not going to rent from Mana Traders. I've already got a sponsor. It's just this is a really expensive deck. So We're stretching what I've rented from Card Hoarder, and we're borrowing 2 chases on top of that, and the 3rd colonnade. And I bought us the 4th path, even though we're not going to use it. Whatever. Is she like a blessed, maybe? Yeah, blessed will be good. Be like just a blessed. Blessed could be their. Blessed could be a good. Yeah, I mean, there's Bogles. Like, what do we have for Bogles? Halo, explosives, settle. That's about it. Yeah, I'm down with an alliance. We'd also lost a burn. Something else to bring in against burn. Good against shadow. What about timely reinforcements? I'd probably run the alliance before I run a timely. I have timelies. Oops. O-ring over D-sphere. Yeah, I think if you run blessed, but you want 2 to 3. Yeah, but I still really want to test the settle. I feel like blessed would take over the settle the wreckage spot, and I still really want to test it. What about this? Timely's better against Jund, though. Yeah, it's true. I feel like triple entreat Jacekai already has a nice game against Jund, though. I said Thrund. Thrund. Hey, what's up, Dark Soul? What about this? What about this 75? Does this kind of achieve what we're trying to do a little bit better than before? I don't think you're wrong running to the hills. I'm just saying I don't know if I want to. What would we cut instead? Like I like the Miser's Ruined Halo in Modern right now. It doesn't sound like fun, Dark Soul. Looks sweet. All right, let's run it. I don't think it's correct, but it's close. Closer. One blessed will be fine. Yeah. I don't think it's correct, but it's, you know, I think it's getting closer. Thanks again to everybody that's letting us borrow cards. So that would be Irish, Tuxdev, Card Hoarder. Thanks again to my buddy Tyler Broyles, who inspired this list. Or inspired, I would say inspired us to build it. Color might be wrong. Could see it being good. I think it's good game 2 in a lot of situations, and then once our opponents realize that it's there, it feels so bad for the... Alright, well, I'm putting 12 tickets on the line, stream. Let's do it. Appreciate the help in brewing. That always makes it fun. I like bouncing ideas off of you guys. So I hope that you feel when you come to my show that your voices are at least heard. I may not go with your card suggestions, but I think the goal is that you guys feel... feel is not the right word. You guys know that I'm hearing you out, mods are hearing you out, and we definitely at least, if not run the cards you suggest, we at least discuss them. Sad I missed the brewing. Oh, I'm sorry, Dark Soul. That's your favorite part? Oh man, just one Logic Knot? Oh boy. Well, we're on 2 Remand. I think the 4 of Remand was just way too much, and that was something I did. I ruined the list, right? I didn't have you guys to help me out when we were first building this. I just, threw it together off stream and then started the stream and ran it. All right, 0-0 versus a 0-0. Let me change our stream title too. Oh. We ended 2-3. All right, so we're 0-0 again. Sorry I didn't keep up with that. I meant to today. All right, let's be on the play. We won the dice roll, win the game, right? Ooh, the old double Serum Vision single island hand. It's got the combo in hand, though, guys. Guys, we have the combo in it. No, I'm just kidding. You don't really care for Entreat to... Unless you know you're having a mid-range matchup, you don't want the Entreat in the opener. All right, I've been on a tear with Blue White Red, winning with Jace, and assembling the Legion. Ooh. Classic. Classic Fear Cell. That's sweet. I think I do greedily keep this. We added a 24th land, right? So let's do it. Yeah, we are on 24 now. Which is probably correct. So we've been fighting for our land drops in the previous version. We don't really want to fight for land drops. It's Jacekai. Hello, land. Land ho. Alright, so let's go top. If we need the Logic Knot in the matchup, which will be most matchups, we can decide not to fetch next, and we can play the Steam Vents next in that case if we want the Logic. But yeah, thanks again to all the help building the deck. I definitely appreciate it. Alright, looks like we're going to want that logic knot. Yep, it's Storm. Okay, we've won this matchup before. With a different build of Jeskai, though. I don't know if this one will handle it, but, I mean, Remand's okay. Could, like, Remand, like, a flashback past in flames. That's always the nuts. And then they just Remand your Remand, and then you do it again. Alright, yeah, we were logic. I like putting up a strong front. We'll take a little damage. Go. We'll take a little damage. Your move, opponent. This lets us bolt or Remand. I'm already thinking about my sideboard for Storm. I'm going to leave it up here, and maybe you guys can help me a little bit. If you like. Ruined Halo on Grape Shot's always funny. Ruined Halo on Gifts I'm Given is funny, too. I think the last version we played against Storm, though, had, like, Rest in Peace. No, we were playing Blue Eye Control against Storm. Makes it easier. Oh, he's on Suicide Blue. Oh, this is great. Sure. I don't think we bolt yet. Because they run Mutagenic Growth. Well, he could just Mutagenic. Oh, well, I can Remand my bolt, though. If he... Yeah. This is fine. Oh, we have a Logic Knot. Okay, so let's... Bolt. What do you got? Oh, it's dead. Okay. Yeah, he's on Suicide Blue, which is a Holy Diva deck. Holy Diva deck. Quellers are gas against Storm. Yeah, I can see that. It's not really Storm anymore, though. It's not really Storm anymore. It's a different deck. It's something else. I don't mind Remanding here. He's you know, acting as if he's got the Spell Pierce or something, but I don't mind Remanding here. It's going to be really bad in the matchup the longer we wait to use it, so... Could slam Jace. You guys like slamming Jace? Put the Entreat on top and then Entreat? Let's do it. Combo! Guys, Jace the Mind Sculptor is a combo card. Did you know? Did you know that Jace the Mind Sculptor is actually a combo card? Let's brainstorm. Ooh, but I didn't draw a good answer for the thing in the ice. Oh boy. Do we put Entreat 2 from the top? We might want to put Entreat 2 from the top. Yeah, there's definitely not Storm. In order to bolt and Helix, though, his thing in the ice, I'm going to need the extra red mana. Shoot, this is a complicated puzzle now, all of a sudden. Alright, hold up. No rush to Entreat. Yeah, that's true. I'm just thinking about the logistics of double burning the... Their deck is designed to flip thing in the ice very quickly. They run Genix, for Christ's sake. For the G's. 4Gs. 4G? Jace will be a good answer to the thing in the ice. Oh, that's true. We can just bounce it. That's true. Yeah, no rush to Entreat. Why don't we go... Why don't you just put the Serum on the top? Oh, we don't want the Serum even? You're saying let this go? You're saying go Entreat then Serum? Okay, so Entreat's 2 cards away. Ideally, we fetch the Tarn the turn that we cast the Entreat, right? I'm sure my opponent's like, why were you taking on that J Storm for like 2 minutes? Sorry, guys. How do we board for it, by the way? Dispel, right? Dispel, Quellers. Maybe not Quellers. Definitely Alliance is the nuts. Like Alliance and Halo are good in this match, potentially. Because they try to go all in on one threat. Alright, so there's the thing in the ice. Oh, is he going to tap out just to slide a hand? Ooh. Yeah, we could just Jace bounce the thing in the ice. And then we're more ready for it. We have the Logic Knot. Oh, Mountain. Oh, because he's going to bolt our Jace. Okay, Jace down, but he achieved what he needed to do for us. We just need to not screw up that Entreat. I still can't kill the thing, though. I mean, I can kill the thing, it's just we lose out on the entreat. I'm just so worried if we go for the entreat, he just easily flips the thing and then we're sad. Staticaster look good too. Yeah, he could be on Young Pyromancers, that's true. Alright, we'll hide that for now. Yeah, is there a way? I mean, we could have fetched differently than I did. We should have fetched greedily, more greedily. I'm just thinking if there's a way I could maneuver the double burn play. We could just let that first entreat go. I mean, this matchup we can also win just by killing all of his threats. You know? Seems like we should give up the entreat for now. Yeah, that's kind of what I was just realizing. Well, this is not where we want to be. So this would be, we try to bolt and helix this guy, and he has plenty of ways to answer. Well, if he flips the thing in the ice, then we just entreat, and it's already been flipped. And this doesn't kill us unless he has Battle Rage, but we can counter Battle Rage. Why don't we just let him go all into this thing? This is like another line I didn't even necessarily think about. Is we let him go into this thing, right? We're not dead. We can Logic Knot Battle Rage. Mutagenic, okay. Yeah, if he rushes to flip it, we can just entreat. And I think that's what we're going for. And an Enigma Drake. An Enigma Drake. Huh. He's already made his land drop, right? Didn't he go land drop? Turn 5. Hold up. No, he cast Metamorphose. Yeah, I'll let the Drake go. This isn't that scary when we're about to have 1, 2, 3 angels. Could always just chuck a Helix upstairs if we're worried about our life total. Like if we're worried about him having Battle Rage plus Dispel, I could just chuck a Helix upstairs right here. Might be correct. How many copies of Taco Supreme are we on? This is again the decision point. Do we shuffle away the entreat or do we just entreat now? I think we'll entreat. I do die to Battle Rage though, is the thing. We do die to Battle Rage. I won't have access to Logic. Because I don't think we can just make one angel, like we need to make the full 3. Ophidian likes fetching and entreating. I mean, like, this is just unfortunate, right? Because this is potentially where we get got. Yeah, but if you make one, you'll die. Well, okay, hold up. Hold the phone. So, we're casting this. What if we just did entreat for 2? Then all I'm going to have is bolt, but I'll also at least have Logic. Yeah, let's make 2. Let's make 2. Land drop, go. Trade an angel with Drake. He might just be sitting on second lightning bolt easily here. But ideally we trade an angel with Drake. Yeah, Gobble Guy likes making 2, hold up not. I do too. We need the Drake to be traded with an angel. I don't know how we're going to handle the horror just yet. We have Jaces to draw to. We have a playset of Jace, actually. I don't think resetting the horror is going to be super difficult. I think putting both angels under the horror is just asking for it. They have a variety of pump spells. I mean, their deck goes even as far as running mutagenics. And there's no guarantee that the angel is going to even eat the Drake, by the way. For the same reason, the pump spells. But I think that's our best block, right, is try to eat the Drake. Could even put both angels under the Drake and see if he wants to spend a Battle Rage. I mean, the issue with... I mean, this is a tempting block too. Because next turn we get to untap and we get to Visions. It makes him want to spend the Battle Rage and then we Logic it. What do you guys think? Why'd you do a 2-1 split? I don't know, Goblin Guy. All right, hold up. So what about this? Oh, okay. I'm thinking. He's on 4. They run like 2 or 3 Battle Rage for sure. Is this the block we want to do? Like, what's the benefit of keeping one angel, right? Opponent's on 14 life. So what's the benefit of keeping an angel? No, you should block thing. So you like this block and see if he tries to keep the Drake, and then we fight over him keeping Drake. Alright, there's the Battle Rage. If he has Dispel, he's got us. Unfortunately. Do you want to play around like a weird thing like a Ritual or Simian or anything like that sort? We could. Could pay 1 extra just to play around some wonderful jank. Lucky Die says you should have double blocked thing. That was another line we could have done, is double block his thing in the ice. Could just have double Battle Rage. We'll see. It is also easily what his hand could be. There's no permutation of Angel plus Bolt that works here either, just because this is 8 toughness. So he's still thinking, so I imagine he has pump spells. He wants to maybe preserve the Drake. Yeah, I mean, double block thing could have been a line. Ooh, dive down. Interesting. I mean, at least we're getting to see some tech here, right? Dapcaster. Okay. He's on 2. We got 6 mana to work with. I think we need a little help off the top. That is not a little help off the top. Okay. I don't have enough red to Bolt, Snap, Bolt. I can Helix, and we're still dead. We can Snap. Helix. I mean, Snap can block Horror. I can Snap Helix now and just block the Horror and hope he doesn't have the second Battle Rage. Yeah, I think double block the... Well, no, he would have just dove... He would have used his dive down on the Awoken Horror then if we went for the double block. We just didn't really have a way to get there. No matter what permutation we took, I think, unfortunately. Well, we could have let go of the Entreat. I think putting ourselves to 13 is the first step here, right? Snap Helix face. We have a blocker for the Horror. This is not going our way. It's okay. I mean, I would assume this is tough for us, right? They kind of play sort of the Infect style game plan. Maybe we were greedy not to just bounce the thing in the ice earlier in the game. It's probably what happened. I just really wanted a Jace Storm, which you can't blame me for necessarily. So we go to 13. Yeah, but it only would have killed 1 angel. Double blocking thing. What do you mean it would only kill 1 angel? Oh yeah, this is 7 power. That's true. I didn't think about that implication. That's true. The path is sweet in a matchup like this. This is where we're really sad we don't have a 4th path in the 75 of this version, right? Oh, we're not dead. We're just dead next turn. Alright, Entreat one time deck. Yeah, I don't think we were supposed to Entreat in retrospect. Just the way that this turned out, the Battle Rage and the dive down. So now I've got a block with Colonnade, but we're still dead. I can't pressure him either. He's at 11, so like Colonnade, attack, and bolt doesn't put him dead. It only puts him to 7 and then 4. So we're 4 points of damage off from a potential win. Yeah. I mean, I'll act like I have a path potentially. Actually, I wouldn't have path. Never mind. He might just show us another card. I'm not too familiar with my opponent's list. I've seen some of what Holy Diva has done. And I'll float white on the Colonnade. Just to give it a little bit more credence. A little bit more thought. Okay, we're dead. We tried. Didn't come together. Are we sure we want 24 lands? I feel like we kind of flooded out at the end there. The help was not coming. All right. So, he goes all in on one threat. So things like Halo are amazing, potentially. The Dispel's good. Blessed Alliance is good. Purge hits both Drake and Kiln Fiend. Explosives indirectly hits both Kiln Fiend and Thing in the Ice. Somebody suggested Staticaster. I could see him switching over to Young Pyros post-board. And I think this is a matchup where we just want to switch over to I'm going to kill all your things. Right? So the Battle Rage can invalidate some of what we're trying to do with the... I don't even know if I like Cryptic. Somebody suggested Queller. I like Queller when we're on the play, maybe. I just kind of like cutting off the top end of our deck because our opponent's just a wombo combo. Maybe something like this. Not familiar with her list. That looks like Holy Diva's list. This would play better against our opponent's deck, and we just kill all their threats or name their threats, and then we beat them down with Colonnades eventually. I don't mind just slicing off basically the top end of our deck just to become more interactive. I like keeping a Jace or two. Okay. Oh, you know what? Click isn't good here. Actually, there you go. So that's 2 Jaces. Or if you want another counter to Battle Rage, Negate is 1. Even Settle seems interesting because it's not... We're targeting the player, not the creatures. Like, I like indirect types of removal. That would be like the 4-drop I'd consider, even over the Cryptic potentially. I think Negate is interesting. I think some of our burn actually isn't very effective. Actually. He's like a Young Pyro deck. Let's cut a Helix or 2. Cut Electrolyze. I like Electrolyze because we were fearing Young Pyromancer. I like the Negate, I think, over the 3rd Helix, but call me crazy. I think I like this configuration. Let's ram. Let's wham jam. Let's do it. Yeah, I think 1 or 2 Jace is fine to keep. Keep it. You guys think he's going to Blood Moon us? Totally possible. Totally potentially in their wheelhouse for them to just moon us. We'll see. What sucks is they're the kind of deck that keeps in the bolts, most likely post-board against Jacekai. So like the Queller is, while it's not bad, there's always the chance it's going to die. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think just killing their threats is correct. I mean, it's definitely a path to victory that we have. I don't know what I want to fetch with the Tarn just yet, because we want double white for Settle, but I may need a remand. I think I'm still supposed to lead out the Scalding Tarn, but I'm going to go with the Sulfur Falls here. Actually, we don't need these extra falls, right? Did we cut one? I hope we did. Crap. Yeah, we don't. We're not on the Anger the Gods on the board right now, so we probably should have slimmed one of these sulfurs for something else. That's okay. That won't hurt us too much, but it's something to keep in mind. Yeah, I'll see you, Zuby. Thing in the Ice. Well, now we won't know what we probably want to set our explosives to. I still don't know what this Tarn wants to be, right? It probably wants to be second white source again for Settle. Yeah, this is just where the Sulfur Fall seems unnecessary, right? If we're not going to be on Angers. But no, cute little bunny I do think I like. Alright, Queller, what do you got? If this goes poorly for us, at least I can go explosives, take out the Thing in the Ice. Opponent might have like a Dispel they've got going. Or, I mean, this is just a see. Lightning Bolt? Okay. Oh, Serum Visions. Yeah, I mean, I would snap off the Lightning Bolt if I had it if I was my opponent. Let's see what he does with his Scry. Top. Wish I had something like Field of Ruin here. So he just topped both of them. Oh, well, that solved our issue. There's the Mystic Gate. So let's go Tarn. Yeah. Issue solved. Mana issues fixed. Yeah, the Mystic Gate was a clutch idea, Zuby. I think that was you that was really calling for us to run it. Definitely like it since we're not on Anger. I mean, Sulfur Falls is fine in the mana base anyway. It's fine. You can Manamorphose, bro. Go for it. I think we're definitely more scared of Storm than this deck, potentially. Another Manamorphose, you got it. Opponent's storming off. He's got like sideboard to empty the Warrens. No, that's not true. I know Diva runs the Manamorphose just to help flip things, just to help with, you know, Pyros and other stuff. Oh, there is the moon. That's no moon. Yeah. Alright, I'll snap her, man. So he has a way to fight over this. Yeah, they do normally have things like moon on the board. We may have wanted a board accordingly. I mean, I did bring in our Celestial Purge at least, right? Yeah, I just didn't want the Wear Tear necessarily. Okay. Just double checking. Alright, we'll stop that from hitting the board at least this turn, hopefully. We'll see what else he's got. I mean, I could set up the explosives for 3 if we literally don't draw anything else. I mean, that always feels bad because we'll kill our own Queller and he gets back the thing in the ice. That's not a good answer, but I don't want to just get mooned and then we have no chance. I mean, this won't, the thing is this won't deter our opponent from setting it up though, right? Like, I would still moon, you know? If I was in my opponent's position, I would still consider the Blood Moon, unfortunately. But just when we're ready to break out of the moon, I guess, is Blood Moon next turn isn't even scary. It's not the end of the world for us. It's going to turn off our Colonnade. It's going to turn off Settle. We did cut Entreat, so it doesn't turn off that play. It does cut us on white, though. Yeah, that's true. He's at 9. I mean, maybe that's a mistake. E for 3 still fine. I don't think we break ourselves out of it yet. We need to time it. Just don't blow it yet? Yeah. So there's a Helix that's been drawn. Let's play out the Colonnade. Hey, now it's not tapped. Combo. Put him to 4. Yeah, you know what I kind of want to do? I kind of want to just like end step Electrolyze and pop the explosives the turn we need to cast the Helix to kill him. No, if he kills Queller, then we do it. Otherwise, we don't care. Okay, cool. Do we bring in Wear Tear now that we've seen Moon? Do we bring this in now that we've seen Moon? It's a white border Moon. Typically means the opponent's on a bit. I mean, we're all on budgets. Like even me as a streamer, I'm on a budget. Like we're borrowing most of our Jaces. So that's something important to think about. Is do we want to go even heavier into the tempo plan, which is the clicks come back in? Just fetch aggressively for basics. They may even cut moons. Okay, so no Wear Tear. I dig it. Yeah, we still have Purge, which is still a reasonable card other than Moon. I mean, I'm worried that we just get unlucky is all, you know. Maybe Settle's a pipe dream now that we've seen Moon. Click seems good against them. Yeah, lets us understand how their hand's going to come together, or doesn't, how we need to maneuver. I don't really want Negate, to be honest, right? We just want to be countering the threats. I don't even think Remand is that great when we're on the draw, to be honest. So we'll bring back in some things, whether they're Jaces or clicks are yet to be discovered. Yeah, so like Staticaster didn't have a target there that last game. So I think that we need to try to fight over Young Pyro just with things like Electrolyze, Explosives, and Settles. We didn't see the Young Pyro. Doesn't mean it's not there. I'm just saying we need to be careful about cards that might do nothing. Just run 2 Jace. Cryptic seems decent. When we're on the draw, I don't know. I don't know about Jace. When we're on the draw, like on the play, I like the Jace. I don't know about on the draw. Let's put Helix back in, maybe. I don't know. I think Cryptic, they can... I mean, they have Dispels that are coming in. I don't know about Cryptic, guys. I mean, the same could be said for our Settle. I mean, this is like the trying to live the dream that probably won't happen. Deck is designed to operate the third player. We're not targeting the permanents. Said for Cryptic, this isn't targeting the permanents. This is just tapping the team. Why don't you just run the negate even so? Yeah, I mean, Battle Rage... This was good. Okay, so I like Settle. I like at least one Jace. Maybe we still just stick with that as our top end, and then we run like a one of other something. The counter's 2 mana are more better than Jace and Cryptic even on the draw. Yeah, exactly. Maybe that's irrelevant for me to say it that way. Like, just being able to interact with them and get our paths to land is probably just where we need to be. And negate hits Blood Moon too. Even just one Entreat could be good? Nah. I think we just want to kill all their dudes. This isn't a mid-range fight. This is he's combo and trying to moon us. You love the Settle, though? Yeah, but like Blessed still does its job better in theory, right? I'll keep this because this isn't moonable. Isn't easily mooned. I like Settle a lot, Ophidian. I think it was fine. Like I think the Jace and the Settle were fine when we were on the play. On the draw, I'm a little scared to do it. I think it's just Colonnade Go. We don't have to show him that we just have our basics up in here. Make him waste a turn on the moon. I mean, it's not a waste. It's still going to be good. I'm just saying, you know. If I could aggressively fetch for another color, what would it be? Second blue source, right? Yeah, it'd be second blue source I would fetch for if I could. Because getting locked out of this click would really hurt us, unfortunately. And before my opponent just cast Young PZ here, and we're just, crap, why didn't we leave in the Staticaster? We were trying to know. We were trying to board correctly. Well, we could be dead here. Could be dead. We'll see. I mean, to be honest, I'm more scared of Kiln Fiend than Thing in the Ice from this opponent's deck. So we Blessed... I mean, he's not going to miss on attacking with the Fiend. I actually could trade our Snapcaster with the Fiend. There is the chance that the opponent has the mutagenic growth, though. So I'm not going to try to do that for that reason. Let's just go ahead and get the Blessed off. It does have to be an attacking creature, so it's not like he can, you know, in before, like, Disrupting Shoal. Okay, and he still has to flip the thing. Could, like, draw step click him. Is that where we want to go with this? Yeah, all my other plays are kind of weak, just like Serum Vision lines. Yeah, let's go for the draw step click. Get the full information and see if we can actually win this. Because if we can follow this up, even at the cost of shocking ourselves, follow this up with Snap Alliance, we might win. If we can like pick apart like a Dispel from his hand. I think he's considering countering the click. What's up, Epic Brew Lab? You played Disrupting Shoal in your Modern Blue Delver? Cool. I've seen that card also popping up in Blue Moon lists in Modern recently. Like with Jace's, because Jace can front the card disadvantage that card has. Alright, another thing in the ice. Oh, he does have it. Interesting. He actually could have countered the Blessed Alliance. I mean, I'm tempted to just take his other threat, potentially. Because, like, if we take the blue card, this shoal doesn't work when we try to go for Snap Alliance. So it's tempting to just take the blue card, because this won't work then. Pretty easy to make it a hard counter for 1 to 2. Yeah, I think that's like the place for shoal, and that's where a lot of Modern happens anyway, is 1 to 2. Not all of Modern, but there's plenty of Modern that's where it happens. I think I take Thing. Yeah, he does have a shoal. I think I take Thing. So his hand is a Metamorphose and a Mutagenic. Mutagenic, Metamorphose, and a Disrupting Shoal. So he wants to try and flip the Thing. Because it has to specifically, guys, it has to specifically be a 2-mana blue card for him to stop the Snap Alliance play. Or he just draws like a Dispel. I'm not saying that's out of the ordinary either. So he's going to bolt my click. Okay. Doesn't want that to bounce back to our hand, I suppose. Mutagenic, flip. Okay. So his hand is shoal and 1 unknown. Okay. So, I mean, we're still going to go for the Snap Alliance play and just hope that he hasn't drawn a way to make it happen. The benefit is, if he does counter the Snapcaster Mage, I just get to play another Snap and chump at least. I know that sounds terrible, but I guess at that point we're hoping to Visions into a path. So we know his hand is 1 counter. The card he drew was Bolt, cute little bunny. I mean, he can just hard cast it here, unfortunately. The Shoal. Shoal could just be hard cast since he made so many land drops, actually. Like, he went from only having, I think he was on 2 mana, and now he made land drop after Metamorphosing, and then he just made land drop this turn. So I actually can't even stop this horror the way we wanted to. I can just chuck a Snapcaster Mage in front of it. I think we might be dead. I mean, this is what I told you guys. I was like, I don't think this game's going to come down to Jace. Although, yeah, Jace could bounce horror. That's true, and he can't hardcast Shoal for that. Shoal seems decent in her list. It is. It is. That's the funny thing. When you're on like something hyper aggressive, Shoal is not even crazy. I like it actually better in her list than where I've been seeing it in these blue-white. In the Blue Moon lists. I think it's fine there too, because like the way that they're dealing with the card disadvantage is they're using Jace. I mean, it makes sense. In this list, you're just trying to get your opponent so you don't care about the card disadvantage potentially. Wonder what the opponent's tanking on. Maybe they've drawn a Battle Rage. That would be bad news too. I mean, me shocking is probably putting my opponent in this kind of spot, you know? Oh, I think we're in a lot of trouble, Stream. Like, I think there's a very real chance that we're just dead no matter what play I make. Because he does have a counter for the snap. And if I throw 2 snaps away just to make sure we don't take 7 damage here, that feels bad man too. Like, that's honestly a good use of Shoal. If he just hardcasts it on our Snapcaster, and yeah, I mean, I think that's the unfortunate reality. Oh, he doesn't go for it. We faked him out, right? We scared him a little bit with the... Alright, well, if I could have blue-blue or white-white beneath Blood Moon, what would it be? I think it would actually be blue-blue, right? Because we cut a lot of our white-white stuff. It's like, there's like Halo. Halo would be a great draw here. Halo would be nice. Well, no, Halo wouldn't be nice because he would just shoal it. So how do we play around that shoal? Oh, shoal's always good if they make their land drops right. If they have to have it in their hand in this situation, yeah. So I think we're leaning more towards, besides Halo, I think we still are towards the other basic islands. So let's visions. Opponent didn't go for it last turn, so oh, we drew path. Oh, we have a plan. I think we bottomed both of these. Not that an extra snap is terrible, but so here's a spot where they could still shoal for 2. I'm just thinking about the implications of this path, snap path, right now, this moment. This is the most recent list I found. Oh, thank you. We got 9 minutes, and if we're dead, I don't care. I can't really see her list from the... Oh, weird. She's got Jace's in the board. Interesting. Okay. Alright, anyway. Yeah, I mean, yeah, so we already knew there were probably going to be things like Dispel and Negate in our future. There are Pyros on the board. Alright, so we thought that was the case. So if I path snap path here, we might actually win that fight. So this is shoal for 1. What else you got? Okay. All right, they have to draw another threat now. Now we got to worry about Blood Moons and Pyromancers. Great. Let's just get this game over, possibly. We don't know what their last card is, because they cycled with the Manamorphose. We don't have draws like Jace or Cryptic anymore. I mean, we've done the deed. We managed to remove the threats, but now we have the hard task of winning the game. I mean, Colonnade can speed that up. Colonnade plus Snap is 6 damage a turn. They're at 15. We have access to Snap Blessed. It's not great now that we know that they're... I mean, we knew there were definitely going to be Dispels in our future, but now I'm thinking about, like, Negate, you know? Vapor Snag? Dive down, main board Snag. Snags are probably out, right? So the threats... Yeah, the threats I have to worry about are Fiends, Pyros, and Drake. Actually, this guy had main board Drakes. Oh, Bolt. Okay. I don't think I attack with Colonnade this turn. I think we want to strengthen our hand this turn. Okay, Purge. Remand could be good in the counter wars that are about to ensue. Like remand our own removal. I think I want these tools. Actually, hold on, let's undo that. Let's go remand, and we'll sear him into the remand, actually, is what I want to do, then get the scry off. We just need to maneuver this. We just need to tap it in. We removed their threats. That was step 1. Step 2 is actually winning. Just got to tap it in. I mean, am I supposed to, like, bolt, snap, bolt? So we draw into the remand, and then we get a scry off. Alright, spell Queller, bolt. Let's draw the Queller first. I don't think I mean, like, we're drawing to real, actual, factual magic cards. I don't think we throw these away. Snap gets in. I mean, that's what you want to be doing with cards like Visions, you know? You want to make sure that you're drawing to the right stuff, not flooding out. That's the point. And I think that those cards all have real implications. Okay, Thing in the Ice. 2 cards in hand? Thing in the Ice, 2 cards in hand. Okay, so let's go remand and see what he does. Doing this remand quickly might make our opponent sense weakness. It's not that what tools we have are weak. I actually want to potentially draw into the Queller. So we'll see if he lets this remand go, and then just recast the threat, and then we try to quell it. Queller came into play. Depends on if and when he bolts the Queller. Okay. But that's one less spell to flip Thing in the Ice. So this is fine. We have double bolt. So we attack, acting as if we're just making sure he knows to block or not block, whatever. Opponent's only on one card. Chooses not to. So we've got a variety of plays. The opponent has to flip this Thing in the Ice for it to matter. Oh, that's a good start. Manamorphose. It's probably the best use of our man anyway. I'd say so. Just lets it go. Dispel's a great draw. There's merit to just attacking with Colonnade. Actually, that was probably the correct line. But I don't have enough mana to... Let's try to make the fight happen during my turn instead of his turn. Disrupting Shoal. Okay. Opponent can't recast the Shoal necessarily if I go for like a snap remand line. And we still have Dispel behind this. Snap remand. Remand the Shoal. Bolt finishes off Thing in the Ice. Go. Kiln Fiend. Okay. Opponent's on 2 cards. We know one is Shoal. So we could just attack, see what he does, bait with Purge, and then Electrolyze for the win is a line we could take. And we still have Dispel behind that, right? Let me just make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. So we need to bait with the Purge. Actually, I probably should do the Purge before I even go to combat, because opponent might understand what's going on. Like, I might just want to Purge just to get the Shoal out of hand and then just go for the win. I think we've already put too much thought into it. I should have just shoved in with the Snapcasters. Yeah, we've already put too much thought into it. Because now I don't know. I think we should still have done this during attackers, because now I don't know. Okay, well, did the opponent draw the nuts? Am I supposed to leave up the Dispel? Like, am I supposed to fight over this Shoal with the Dispel? Or am I supposed to, you know... Yeah, this might be a bad move on my part. Okay, we get the win, most likely. We had it all stream. We drew it just how we drew it. Oh, come on, snaps. All right, hold up. It's usually the better way. Electrolyze your face. Whew. Few games. Yeah. We were about to draw a lot of nothing. Interesting deck, interesting matchup. Interesting deck, interesting. I'm going to take a quick break. I don't give myself enough breaks while I stream, and it definitely has impacted my hydration. I don't know if that's the right term. I wouldn't say health. I just know I don't treat myself great while I'm streaming. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go take a bathroom break. I'm gonna grab a uh, glass of water, whatever. You guys don't need to know all these details, but I'm gonna be right back. Let me show you the mana curved version. And if you want to see what we just went up against, it's in the chat. Ophidian linked it. That was Holy Diva's most recent list. It is a cool list what we just played against, and minus the Blood Moons, it's within reason to say it's relatively budget. So it's a cool option in Modern, definitely viable. I would say. I don't know if it's good or not. I would say it's definitely a viable option. I mean, what we're playing is viable. I wouldn't say it's good. I wouldn't say what we're playing is good. I would use the word viable. If you have 0 cards in library and opponent and you electrolyze, do you both lose? You'd probably have to look Blakosaurus at the card electrolyze. Whoa, sick. I played the blue-white version. Oh yeah, Saltmaker. Alright, Saltmaker. I'm going to be right back, guys. Give me like 10 minutes. I'll be on my phone, though. So, if you message me, I'll get it. Hey, what's up, Iron Blood? I'm back. Thanks for waiting, guys. You know, you guys really make this show happen. I really appreciate you guys. I mean, if I didn't have anybody to come in here and watch me, what's the point of streaming? Um, excuse me. Okay, let's play another game. Whoa, that echo. I had my stream pulled up on my phone when I went to get a snack. No. There we go. Anyway, let's do it. So we're off to a good start, but this happened last time too. We were up. Let's see. Last league, we were off to a good start against Panza. Apologize about the. I found a snack. I was gonna say I apologize about the eating sounds. I could just turn off my mic, I suppose. What are we bringing the spell quellers against? Asks Kuranax. That's a good question. We decided to go more into the burn and more into the kind of tempo plays that this deck has the ability to do, minus the sorcery speed ones like Geist. So like our sorcery speed plays are like the Jaces and the cantrips. I'll keep this in the dark. We don't know what we're up against. Our opponent is also double queued in a friendly Modern League, so they're playing competitive and friendly at the same time. This guy's a double queuing mastermind. That's actually clever because, yeah, you can be signed up for each of those at the same time. Yeah, Revival to put the Entreat on top. Maybe I'm supposed to play out the Tarn there. I'm not sure. I kind of like keeping fetches for Jace, but I don't want to take like a million. So we're gonna search for Skanta. Oh, wow, that's super greedy what I just did. I just been to Serum Visions. It's a little greedy. So he wants to decay that. It's fine. So we're going to click him. And this is, we're going to be trying to land the Jace, is the line. This is where we said we could utilize click even outside of the Entreat, putting Entreat back into the deck. We could use it even against, you know, non-combo decks. This is where we talked about the Vendilion click. Alright, I am scared of my opponent's hand. Alright, so what doesn't stop the Jace? Probably the Tarmogoyf is the correct pickup. Ooh, actually he's got 4 mana and he's got a Bloodbraid. Tempted to take the Bloodbraid. So Culligan's Command, Goyf, Terminate. Bloodbraid Elf was the best choice? Okay. Is there a way that we can maneuver the Jace on the table? Is there any reasonable line that... I mean, I guess Jace uptick, and then he just K commands the click and kills my Jace anyway. I don't think I'm supposed to just play out Jace. A spell snare. Okay, well, spell snare hits the terminate in my opponent's hand. No, don't run it out ASP. Okay. Is there a line where I could like exchange the Vendilion click for the Goyf? I guess it would involve him going for the terminate on the click. Instant's already in the graveyard. Well, let's make sure that this click connects first before I... And then we bolt. I guess I could have marked it with the damage first, right? Because if there was one more type in the yard, that's a misplay. So he has a Ravine. Ravine won't kill Jace. I think we could even Jace Storm and then we get Bolt. Raging Reveal make Jace awkward. You should bottom, says Rosen. Okay. I like trying to Jace Storm for a land. Wow, that's a lot of Jace. Okay. Well, we didn't hit the land, so we can just kill it with Ravine, unfortunately. Don't forget about the K command in my opponent's hand. The backup Jace. There are worse things that could be happening besides him tapping out just to animate the Ravine. I mean, it sucks that Ravine's not going to die to just a Bolt anymore. Okay, this is when we hit the land. We did, but we didn't hit the land we wanted. If I shock, does the opponent just assume I have path? Go ahead. And do a different play, and then we get to spell snare it. Well, I'm not saying my play was right, but he bought it. I'm not going to say my play was correct, but he bought it. I'm going to ditch the spell snare. Oh, shoot, he had another Goyf. I'm really stupid. Wow. He topped a Goyf and the Lily since we've seen his hand. I guess it's been a few draw steps. Oh boy, that's really bad. I'm sorry, stream. Alright. Let's see what we can do. Some more. Okay, so we finally found a shuffle. I have yet to find our first. We have a backup Jace. Okay, so I haven't yet to find our first Bolt. I guess I should have kept it. I didn't think he was going to have a Goyf there. Silly me. I always do, right? Okay, so... Yeah, punt. Take out the Lily. Kick it back. We don't have basic mountains, so it's hard for me to consider the snap line. We just really need an Entreat, guys. We've made it. Like, we made it to turn... This is turn 7. Like, we've made it to turn 7. We just need the Entreat, man. See how he attacks. So this is going at Jace. So Jace and... Whoa, they're both going at Jace? This is great for us, potentially. So we get to block and kill off the Ravine. And we let the Goyf just kill our Jace. But I think we want to take out this Ravine. Yeah, I think I want to take out the Ravine. Even at the cost of shocking us. Or I could have just let the Jace go. There's also that line. I mean, we are letting the Jace go. This is going to put us to 11. We'll see if this is wrong in a moment when I'm dead. Yeah, we did have another red source. Wouldn't have made this play if we didn't. So Jace down. Turn off my auto yields for a sec. That was scary. Alright. Sweet Jace. Do you like just bouncing Goyf? I don't think so. I think we want the Jace Storm. Ooh. We may have just lost just then. It may have just been the loss. That's the advantage of Field of Ruin, right? Or even adding the off-color fetches like Arid Mesa. He also has the K command for Jace. He has K command if you... Yeah, I think we're supposed to Storm there, but now we're Jace locked. It's modern, so we can't call it. God, we even added the third Entreat. Alright. I can't complain. Like, we played 3 Jaces, and it didn't even matter. I mean, that's Jund for you. It's not over immediately, but it's gonna be tough. So down goes Jace. Maker says blue-white's better, I think. Tried Jacekai, just couldn't get it to work. Yeah. Well, I mean, Magic is a game played in 3s. We have another shot. So he's going to bring back the... Oh, I meant to cast my Helix. That's a horrible punt. But we're still dead to double Goyf in a few turns anyway. But before, we know we're drawing land. So we're actually just dead. Yeah, we know we're drawing land. We did not shuffle. All right. So let's win the other games. I mean, we've played a version of this deck, and Saltmaker. I have played a version of this deck that was very similar, that did do very well for against Jund. It just, I think this draws just didn't go our way. But that's okay. So I like Purge a lot. I like Settle and not Halo necessarily, but definitely those two. I even like Negate potentially for Lily, for Lilies, plural. Explosives is interesting as another answer for Goyf, considering we're only on 3 paths. It seems necessary. Cryptics are always kind of awkward against Jund. I mean, not that they're bad, it's just they can be awkward. Same can be said for the Remands, which already got cut. The Clicks are awkward potentially too. They can clear the way for a Jace, and they did, but they're not as strong potentially in the top deck war. I mean, like, the triple Entreat should win this for us. We just have to worry about specifically Maelstrom Pulse if we get to that point, and that's the goal. The goal is to get to that point. Helixes are a little weak. We'll still run some amount of burn, though, obviously, for opposing walkers for Dark Confidants. Negate will be really good here. Colligans, too. Yeah, Pulse, Colligans, Lily. So, yeah, Negate's good. It's just a matter of, do we want to test the Quellers? I mean, if I'm not into clicks against an opponent, probably means I don't want the Quellers either. Maybe I'm wrong about both of these, though. But, and, like, the Electrolyze is still better because it lets us exchange with a Dark Confidant and still replace itself. Like, Bolt and Electrolyze seem like the better answers for Confidant. I mean, we may still want Remand since we're on the play. It's just such a terrible... It's hard to exchange it in the late game when you need it to. Caller beats non-Bolt decks, don't bring it in. Caller seems poor. Yeah, I think so too. I think that maybe even Alliance is interesting. Blessed could be interesting. I mean, they'll play around it. I mean, the same can be said for the Settle. You know, because it's Jund. I mean, they get to take a look at your hand quite a few times during a matchup, depending on how they board. So you guys like the click even still? I think we clicked the right card and still lost. I mean, we just didn't hit our boom, our bomb, so to speak, and that's fine. I think we could still theoretically win that fight even without hitting the bomb. We just didn't. We just drew a pocket of mana. And like the other line is you bound. I mean, the misplay was I didn't hold the snare. I didn't hold it in enough high regard. Click feels bad here. Halo's hard for them to remove. You can also name Ravine, Bloodbraid Elf. So you like the Halo? Interesting. Okay. And like one Helix. All right. I'm into it. I'll try the Halo. Halo can also name Thrun. Sand is okay. This is a hand that the visions have to really fix. I don't know if I want to take a million. It might be correct for us to still get blue-red source, because we don't want to lose the comp. Well, if he has Confidant and he just strips the bolt, that's another thing coming. Yeah, we'll make so. We'll make it so. Kind of would rather take a little less pain there, but no, it didn't even matter. All the colors. All the colors. All right. We'll top both. J-Storm 2 Entreat. Opt during their end step, yeah. We just found that the opt wasn't like on its own very good. So that's one of the reasons why I kind of moved away from it. We have tested opt though a few times, Maker. Alright, so he takes the serum. Switch Viscanta, go. He took our other serum, I like it. It's a little greedy, but I like it. The opponent's hoping that we're just breaking on mana, but we have 2 lands coming off the top. Field of Ruin feels good with Brainstorm. Yeah, we just felt that it was a little greedy on the mana. Tarmogoyf, okay. No, I cannot bolt that. Cannot bolt that Goyf. This is not how that works. Go ahead. Because we've got land and sorcery in the yard. So if I go to bolt Goyf, state-based happens, toughness grows. If you're wondering, if there's somebody out there in the internet that's like, BrewSpy, why not bolt Goyf? BrewSpy, why not? Okay. It's dead. That would be why. Hell, I would even make 1 angel. Let's go make sure we have enough white. If you're wondering. He'll guess you're on Jacekai. Well, the problem with... You said I would make 1 angel, didn't I? The problem with just ripping it has to do with that he could just Lily. And then we lose the angel. And he just spent a pulse, so all the more reason to consider the Entreat. These are all good things. These are all good things. All right. Bolt's the weakest, though. Arguably. We're not crypticking, though, anytime soon, right? Maybe it's cryptic, then Entreat, and if we want the cryptic, we can keep it. By not spending the Flooded Strand. Jace lands from Ixalan. Elf and Nagoyf, that's pretty good. We could have maybe held off for 1 turn on the Entreat. Jace goes down and grows the Goyfs, unfortunately. That's another reason to not go for that play. like Dreadbore or Terminate. Yeah, we're just dead. It's okay. We played it out. We tried. We have beaten Bloodbraid Jund before, though. But this just wasn't the draw to do it. Or maybe I just didn't maneuver it the way we needed to. Brutality. Alright, so here's how this is going to go down. I think I have to bolt the Bloodbraid. Because I think his last card... Well, no, he's representing Abrupt Decay, right? If I let this go and we lose the bolt, how does this math out? He smashes in... Yeah, this is terrible for us. I'd have to like chump Goyf if I did Shock Bolt, because we'd be going to 4 and then 2. And then I'm dead to K command anyway. Guess we have to let this go. And just hope that... No, I needed to bolt. I'm thinking about it now. Like no matter what we... Nah, this is just terrible. That Bloodbraid changed everything. And it always does. Maybe he'll take Alliance. Yeah, I mean, there's no block. I just don't have a block, unfortunately. We need another Entreat. What do we put back? We put back... oh, no, we just drew it, right? No, Entreat was our turn, and we played the Strand. If I fetch, we're... Well, I mean, we're already dead to K command anyway. I'm trying to remember what our last card was. I think I put back... We put back Cryptic, that's what it was. So there's a Cryptic waiting for us on the top. Yeah. Yeah, it's Cryptic. Thanks, guys. Cryptic is technically better than a random card, so we should do that. And kick it back. Liliana the Veil. Come on, Verdict. Well, we can chain Cryptics for a little while. But we're dead to so many different cards, so... Unfortunate. I'm dead to Brutality, too. Like, I'm dead to Brutality. Lily sucks for us. I guess if I keep the Alliance, there's like... Come on, Explosives? Explosives wouldn't save us either. No, I think it was just a tempo thing, and I made the wrong call leading up to turn 4. We shouldn't have just slammed the Jace, I think. And that's we'll learn from that. I mean, we've played this matchup before. The Entreats have, done a lot of work for us. I can't go for there's no line that saves us, right? I can like snap, block, Blessed. We need 6 mana here to keep going. We need a 6th mana. And that's okay. I mean, that's my inexperience in the matchup too. I mean, there haven't been many weeks for us to play against Bloodbraid Jund. I remember faintly how classic Bloodbraid Jund used to function. K command? Oh, I'm just dead. Well. Good games. Yeah, that's disappointing. We've beaten this deck, though, with the Entreats. That's what got me excited about the Entreats in the first place. Because I was brewing, this was about a week ago, I was brewing like a Jacekai Entreat. And that was when I was... Yeah, I mean, maybe those Jund players just drew really poorly. I don't know. I can't remember the game exactly. I remember there being lots of Goyfs on the table. I remember it that way. Actually, no, it was different. So here's how it was different, stream. I stole game 1 against Jund with the Entreat. They didn't have the pulse. And then I was on the draw game 2 and lost. And then I was on the play game 3 and won. And I think that actually has a huge impact in the matchup. I seriously do. I think the match is so swingy that when we're on the play, I think that it gives us a huge advantage versus when we're on the draw. And so the fact that it was... I think I won the dice roll that time too, but I think it was, we won game 1. We got to, I'll mold that. Um, I don't know what he's on. I'm gonna bottom Jace. Just because we only have 2 lands in our opener. Play draw matters a lot. I think it does, Ophidian. Oh, he's playing Panza. Okay. Ooh, and I have Pav? This is not so bad. I mean, it sucks that we're on the draw against Panza, but... Aha, but Maker, it's not GG. I'm going to get our basic... Oh no, we are screwed. Because I can't have both put out my snap and path it. We're more likely to natural into the blue mana, though. Oh. We wanted to play our magic cards, opponent. Guys, we wanted to play our magic cards. We got to play one. We had to play a fetch land. We did beat Panza earlier, but this seems like a mess. Bloodbraid, okay. I mean, I'm going to play to my outs. Like, our outs are we draw an island. Might be correct for me to path the Arbor Elf. Molten the Plains. I guess I should have done it during his draw step. There are other things I want to hit, though, with the path besides Arbor Elf in this matchup, but, well. Still okay in shape if we draw islands, but they have tons of land destruction. Yeah, Ashka game. Ooh. Okay. Okay. This game can't beat that, says Maker. It's probably Tracker. Molten Rainier goes for my basic. I mean, are we just playing against the on the play nut draw Panza right now? I mean, we've beaten Panza before with Jacekai and Blue White. I'm just wondering if this is like what the nut draw for Panza looks like. If this is the nut draw, if this is like the worst, I mean, like the other day we finally saw Hollowed One like have its nut draw. It's just part of Modern, right? Every deck has a nut draw potential. We shouldn't transform, by the way, because the extra mana is irrelevant. A little too late. A little bit too late. Also, I'm just giving my opponent information by showing him that we have multiple planes. So, it's another reason not to do it. So we played this before, and how did we board? We liked these three. Sometimes they're on Thrun. Not that I want Settle, but it's a thought. They have big scary things that we would want to disdain. I just don't know if we have room for it. Like they have like Titan. I've seen Titan sometimes. They have run like Storm Breath Dragon. Here's my thought. No offense. If I was to build like a Panza list, I feel like I don't know exactly what threats I would run in the deck because the way that it wins a lot of the time has to do with just the moon. I like Tracker though. I think that's a really sweet decision. Maybe Thragtusk. Alright, you run the Negate, run the Disdainful. They don't play Bolt, so you should play Queller. Oh yeah, Queller on the play is maybe fine. Right, let's cut things that are double color, right? Entreat's double color for us. Cryptic is triple color. Jace is double color, so is Click. I'm saying we're not going to necessarily cut them. I'm just saying I'm considering potentially slimming on those double colored plays. So you said you like Negate and Disdainful Stroke? Okay. So I have 4 more slots. So do we want the Knot? Do we want Cryptics? Do we want Jaces? I don't think we want Entreats. So it's not what this matchup's about. This matchup is about mana denial. I mean, like, yes, the issue is Ponza to get a boost thanks to Bloodbraid. Like, they start as a mana denial deck and then they go into, I'm just going to throw haymakers at you now. So they are a difficult deck to fight. You like Blessed? Halo beats Dragon. Alliance will be good. I like Alliance more then in that case if like those are the cards we're thinking about, just because Halo is double white. It's the same reason I'm not looking to settle either. I think Cryptic is strong, but Cryptic is triple blue, and it's hard to fix ourselves into double blue whilst also fighting them destroying our mana. We're on the Knot though. I think that's one of the double color cards I'm interested in. I am interested in the first, maybe even second Jace instead of Cryptic. Why don't you name Dragon on Halo? If you can deal with Titan, you can beat Dragon. Science rules. Thanks for hitting that button. Welcome to the show. We have 18 seconds to decide our last card. Wiseums. Wiseburns. Sorry, thank you. So you do like the Runed Halo for naming? This is like, we don't have many ways to fight Dragon. That's true. Okay. Halo, man! Put it in! I don't hate Halo. Sand is a one-lander. Oh. This is potentially a one-lander, though, that could beat a moon. Yes, I wish I had 2 lands here, but Purge also hits Titan. Yes, it does. Oh boy, so we'll bottom both. Thanks for all these new follows, guys. Welcome to the show. Maverick. Maverickus. TCG. Do you play Maverick? On the play feels good. Yeah, but what if we just don't get there? Yeah, we lost. And that's okay. I mean, I kept the greedy hand. The serums needed to find our mana, so now we're mooned. At least we can purge our way out of it. But they usually follow. I mean, their deck is designed to go Windmill Slam Moon, follow up with Haymaker. We didn't even have the ability to bolt the Arbor. So. I have gone Jacekai. Oh, Chandra? Jeez. Kitchen Finks, it's exiled. Alright, so we take care of Chandra and hope that we don't wish we hadn't spent that purge on her. I feel like with the greedy hand, get punished by the moon. Well, greedy mana can kill us in a variety of matchups, not just Ponza. Yep. Yeah, not just Ponza. There are plenty of other matchups where greedy mana will undoubtedly kill us. Do I want to just sit on the remand, or do I want to try to serum to a land for Lightning Bolt? Snap can flash back the Purge eventually. Oh, we already have a Snap in our hand. We need a bottom. It's not over just yet. Fat Lady needs to sing. Let's take out the tracker. Because I'm not holding up a counterspell anyway this turn anymore. Kick it back. I mean, I'm playing to the small percentages that he doesn't have enough haymakers. They always do. But there's always that small potential. He's got to redraw with that clue. Bloodbraid. Yep. Like I said, haymakers. Yep. There goes our island. This feels redundant, but I don't hate it. He might be neutered to the deck too, because this is the invocation choke. That's over. I feel like this is like overkill, but certainly good against us. So, I don't know what we can do anymore. Non-bow feels good. I wouldn't say it's a non-bow. I'm just going to say it's overkill. But we are dead to it. Alright, new recruiter art looks like Asian Jim from The Office. Calling it now Shardless Agent. I could see Shardless being in there. Hey, you know what? We beat Ponza once tonight in our previous league, and now we lose to it. That's modern. Beat some Tron for me. Good games. That's like the thing is it's like as unfortunate as that sequence went, it's like, you know, we beat Ponza already tonight. Just not this match. Like the last match I played against Ponza was victory. Alright. I'm just telling him good luck with the rest of his league. I asked him to kill some Tron players for me. Alright. Hey, we can still live the dream. Let's play on. I mean, against Tron we didn't draw our haymakers. Against Ponza I kept a reasonable... I think my game 1 hand was reasonable. Don't think my game 2 was reasonable. I think I should have mulled for a 6 or even a 5 that had a little bit more stable mana. But that's okay. I certainly feel like I learn more from my mistakes than my victories. I mean, you can learn from winning Magic too. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying like I feel like it sticks with me longer. So I think that will definitely remind me to keep less greedy game 2 hands against Ponza. I think I lead out Tarn. Could also play Steam Vent's Tap there. I think that's reasonable as well. Are we going to get to bolt the bird? Although I'm really glad I let out a fetch. Alright, so he's playing Titan Shift. They do have things that are spell snareable. Still going to go with the Fountain. I think what we do is we go Flooded Strand, fetch Serum Visions. There's things like Farseek that Snare can tag that's relevant. This is where we wish we had main board Rune Tailor, right? Or just 2 in our deck. This matchup. Named Valakut. Seems pretty good. Ooh. I think I'll bottom both. Well, nah, we'll top the Visions. I'll bottom the Snapcaster, top the Visions, kick it back. I mean, if we draw a burn, always a possibility. This is a lot of burn. Just snap this off. Opponent says main, interesting. Okay. We play Colonnade, we get 2 angels if I take this line. I think it's wrong, but I think the matchup is tough. Okay, Colonnade go. Spell snare. Gotcha. Keep it in mind. Oh, opponent's having a tough start to his league too. He's 0-1, I just noticed. Yep. I punted. I meant to put it 2 cards from the top. We don't have an answer for what he's about to do anyway. If he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a Titan. Don't actually have an out anyway. I mean, I can Bolt Helix a Titan, so it's not immediate death, but it's death by attrition. The Valakut will definitely attrition us out if he has. Oh, he didn't crack Elder. That's great. That means he's not necessarily ready to go for it. 4-4 for 3 still fine. Yeah, I mean, we need to get a clock on him or we just lose. I mean, maybe that punt was actually fine because now it looks like I'm sitting on Cryptic even though I just have a fistful of burn. Love that when you put the elemental blasts together, they're opposing. Yeah, I looked at some of the new art. Saltmaker, I do like some of what's going on. Just to chime into your conversation. Damn, I forgot to fetch. You really need to play that turn. Oh, geez. You had a 6 drop you wanted to cast? That's no bueno for us. He says he forgot to fetch his with his Elder. I mean, he's at 12. I have 9, 11 points of burn in my hand. It's possible I ignored the Titan. Is there a potential that he just goes for it and we get to burn him out? Prime time. I just don't have enough red, do I? I should have fetched greedier. Right, this only represents... I can't even kill the Titan, actually. He's ignoring the Angel, though. And I think that means we might win. So Angel puts him to... I have to draw to more... Okay, hang on a second. So Angel puts him... Angel puts him dead to... Huh. Angel puts him dead if we can get him to 8. So how can we add up to 8? I mean, electrolyze into a red mana. Yeah, electrolyze into red mana. We have to draw the red mana. And we have to fire off Helix and Bolt. There's the red mana. That's Xaxes. Holy crap. That's super lucky. The Angel was actually really clutch. I mean, opponent said he made a mistake, so we got to capitalize on said mistake. No way. He says no way. Yes way. Should we do it with Snapcaster for style points? You know, I'm just kidding, guys. It's a miracle. The angel did it. She did it. If I hadn't missed the fetch, you were dead. I agree. So we can call that a win for you in paper. I mean, as long as I don't misclick here, we're good to go. I guess I still could cast the Helix from my hand, but that's just bad manners. That would be bad manners. There we go. He says 3 Titans in hand. Jeez. You should reveal the hand. No, that's the bad. That would be the bad manners. We don't do that. That's not the plan. Oh, that's lucky. Halo is amazing. All right, so this card is the nuts. How else do we actually maneuver this matchup? Stroke is good. Guys, how else do we fight this thing? We did it. We made an angel for 3. I guess 3 mana 4/4 isn't horrific. I think we take those out though when he's on the play. Guys, how do we win this? Using the negate? Okay. Oh yeah, negate for escape shift. What else can we do, Maker? Yeah, negate, hit escape shift, that's true. Run the stroke, yep, I'm with you so far. Negate could be good. Yeah, I think negate's good. I don't know what parts, I mean, like, I think Cryptic has to stay in. I just don't know what part of the Jace Entreat package we want. Run Blessed? For what? For just gaining life? I mean, when he attacks with Titan, it's gonna suck. So you like the Blessed Alliance? Okay, maybe when he's on the play, we like the Alliance. That's it. Okay. Quellers. Terrible in this matchup, right? Maybe they're okay when we're on the draw. I still like Vendilion Click regardless, but I think Quellers are bad. If we lose game 2, I think Queller will be good on the play. Okay. Thanks, CBDem. Garbo in this match, good on the play though. Yeah. Could be okay on the play. I like that thought. Yeah, I mean Jace's. Or do we just have to get lucky and hit another quick angel? We got lucky. The angel was relevant, opponent made a mistake. Like, do I have to get lucky again, or do we have to just Jace into a million counterspells? Like, do I want 3 Jaces? Do we want to split? Queller would be good. Angels over Jace. All right, well, let's just get lucky. That's why we... Oh, wrong card. There we go. Let's get lucky then. Settle will be terrible. Well, I think Frody... he's just trying to help. 2 Jace, 1 Angel. Fidian says we gotta get lucky on the draw, might as well try. Well, there's a bunch of burn, 2 lander, and a treat in the opener. But nothing else. Maybe we look at a 6. The 6 is greedy, but we have a scry and we're on the draw. Keep. Mullet. Settle gives them basic mountains, though. Yeah, that's true if they have a Valakut. Search for tomorrow. Okay. I mean, I hate just putting us to 18 off the bat, but I don't want to miss out on any of this tasty scry if we need them both, and we kind of need them both, and they both suck. Oh. I will take 1 Colonnade. I will take 1. What we really need is Brainstorm. Yeah. Grafdigger's Cage. Well, Snap, you're getting in the fight. You're getting in the fray, Snapcaster. But I think I'm still supposed to go Colonnade. Gonna counter your search for tomorrow with my 1 blue mana. Okay, you got it. You got it. Please print Brainstorm and Dominaria. Yep, don't have the snare this time. I did bottom the second colonnade. We may regret that. Snap is just a beater. Snap is just a beater. That's a Grafdigger's Cage. Okay. He's got a draw stop. Okay. Island Goo. Actually, let's go Steam Vents tapped. Let's go Steam Vents tapped. I'm gonna go Steam Vents tap go. And I'm just gonna ambush Viper. He's gonna probably crack his Elder this time. We don't put in the snap until his end step. This is just due to the Grafdigger's Cage. That's why I'm considering just putting in our snap. But hold up mana. Bolt my face. Oops. Helix mana would be this. Okay. What about Portent? Another Elder. Unfortunate for our snappy beats. Unfortunate. Unfortunate that I was the second Elder because we're not going to get in for 2, but what can you do? Why fake Helix mana? So I wish I had a Helix. No, I don't. I wish I had a Logic Knot. What are we saying? Wish I had a Logical Knot. I wish I had a Cryptic. I wish I had a lot of things. I mean, he's on 2 cards. Like, if we had a counter, this would be sweet. Probably should have just electrolyzed. Ooh, Halo, but I can't cast it and we died. That's so sad. We drew the Halo. We died. My opponent's just going to jam Scape Shift no matter what I do. That's what their deck is designed to do. They don't sit and play around things. They just kill ya. Yeah, I should have. You like electrolyzing, Ophidian? I like pretending that I have a Cryptic, but he's just going to play through it anyway. Yeah, but what if you had Goblin War Drums? I think he's cycling a Sweltering Suns. Okay. Well, maybe he didn't have it yet, but he certainly has it now. Just Path the Titan. No, I mean, we're dead to... Wood Elves. We're dead to actual shift. He doesn't have it yet. We're not completely screwed. Path Snap if he doesn't go for it. Okay, so if we Path Snap, that lets us have mana for Halo. But let's see if we get it anyway. Let's electrolyze. Are we actually going to win this? Opponent's going to be quite salty about Halo in a moment if we do win. This represents white mana. I don't necessarily think we need to path our own snap. I mean, we could get the true information. We could click him in case there's a side. I mean, if he's not doing something proactive, his hand is reactive. If his hand is not proactive, he has a reactive hand. What if we click to strip the answer for the Halo in the game? I hate clicking on my own turn, but like if he has like an effect for this Halo. Halo is something that shows up in Jacekai sideboards. Like maybe he has the naturalize effect in his hand for it. Opponent says ready. What do you got? Ooh. Let's see. We let him have the anger. We take the Hour of Devastation? I don't think I'd take anything. I think we just leave him with it. It is spicy, though. Kills Jace. I like it. I'll say that. Kills Jace. I like it. Yeah, take nothing. Take nothing, slam Halo on Valakut. We boarded out the Jaces anyway. I'm not going to tell him that. You know, we don't need to tell him that. We don't need to tell him anything. But we're going to name Valakut. The Molten Pinnacle, please. Get in there, Snap. There's no Steve this time to stop you. Only one of those board-wise beats and treat. I don't think that's what this game's going to come down to. I think this game's going to come down to Colonnade beats. So he's going to blow up the world. Now he's cycling the Sweltering Suns. We need a Path Titans. Like, those need to still be respected. So he blows up the world. Yep, they're gone. Colonnade's going to get a little frisky. Father Rhyme says ballsy play there. Watch out, he boarded out the Valakut. Oh, that's the ballsy play. Hey, what's up, Father Times? You should electrolyze face. You like electrolyze face instead of Colonnade beats? I kind of like Colonnade beats. You don't like the Colonnade beats? No, hand damage before Colonnade. Slow down. Slow down. That's true. I could hit something. All right, all right, all right. So you like spending the burns first? I usually go the other way. Thought says I'd rather get him with Colonnade. Yeah, see, I usually go for the Colonnade attacks first. Okay. So ease off the gas pedal. All right, all right. We could electrolyze into something. Okay. I don't think you're crazy. We do have enough red mana to like electrolyze and bolt. Don't think you're crazy. I sometimes like going with viewer lines. I mean, don't always have to do what my brain thinks. Sometimes it's nice to like play out what other players are thinking and see, you know, see where those lines go. They're not lines I would think to do in paper per se. Titan Shift only has 2 win conditions anyway. Ruined Halo is the nuts. Because you can get more bolt damage, that's why. Okay, well now we're Colonnade attacking. He's an 8. He's at 8! Guys, he's at 8! Attack! Attack! What if like Magic Online was like a beautiful client? Like what if it did have like awesome, beautiful, should I play the second Colonnade or like fake that I have like a Logic Knot? I'm just gonna play the second Colonnade. Go! What if like Magic Online was good, right? What if it was pretty? Like what if they actually had like a nice client? Like, not necessarily as nice as Hearthstone's client, but like, what if it was... no! Oh no, are we dead? No, we died. We're dead. No. Oh, we died. He escape shift and we're dead. So close, stream. So close. So close, though. So close, yet so far. Imagine if we had hit Entreat, though. Oh, that's true. He had a lot of sideboard cards. We just were too slow to kill him. It happens. It's Jacekai life. And we're dead. We died. A horrible death. Oh, unfortunately. 4 mana win the game. Seems good. God, what if Jace was 4 mana win the game immediately? Like, you actually have to, like, play more turns. He's killing our beastie, too. Not my beastie. Not my beastie. I'm going to tell him, not my beastie. He made sure to target our beastie. Not my beastie. Alright, somebody said Queller might be better when we're on the play than Entreats. I like it. Not my beastie. The bad manners. He killed my beast. He didn't need to kill the beast. Kill us instead. Beastie, no. The beastie. Actually, maybe like triple path is wrong. Maybe like the first Jace is still supposed to be there. We ran out of gas. That's what happened, really. Let's be honest. Well, let's be honest, stream. We ran out of gas, and Jace like fixes that problem. Escape shift, great shot. Jace, make him seem like the fair card he is. Turn 3 Karn. Yeah. No, Jace is fair. I don't think it's crazy that they unbanned him. He's not the end all be all, thankfully. I think it would be bad for Modern if there was like another thing besides turn 3 Karn in the format that was going on, you know? Turn 2 Blood Moon maybe isn't great, but I think turn 2 Blood Moon has to exist because of turn 3 Karn, you know? I mean, we can be upset that we lost to Ponza earlier, but we also beat Ponza. Like, it's there for a reason. Turn 2 Blood Moon is better than turn 3 Karn. Or no, it's not better, but it beats turn 3 Karn, I should say. People act like Jace escape shift. It's not. Yeah, Jace the Mind Sculptor is fine. Dispel is better than? Beats Bolts and Beasts Within? I think Architect of Thought is still good, though. It's just more specific than Jason Mind Sculptor. No, keep it. This hand only goes one way. Upstairs. He laughed at that. I said, not my beastie. Not my beastie. Beastie was bestie. Rest in peace, Beastie. Rest in peace. Treebird says, personally, I'm all for punishing mana greed. Mana bases are too good anyway. In Modern, I don't disagree. There's like 4-color, Tribal Flames decks floating around. No, he has it again. The search for tomorrow, the 3rd time. Holy crap. It's pretty good. Holy Hera. An extra spell queller approaches. I mean, this hand's pretty linear. This is like the most linear hand we could draw up, right? Helix, Helix, Queller, Queller, Electrolyze. This is a pretty linear hand. I think my main concern with Jace is that it increases the price of the format. Jolly Queller could be fine. The Beast did nothing wrong. Beast did nothing. He didn't do anything wrong. Relic of Progenitus, huh? Ha! Taste it. Is there like a 3-mana play I need to... Well, that's the beauty of Queller, right? I don't have to decide. I have all the options. I could just Electrolyze, man. I don't even have to Queller. I don't even have to. I could Quell, though, his Search for Tomorrow. It's tempting. It's tempting. Could Quell that. It's tempting. It's tempting me. Yeah, you got it. It's gone. Is it greedy? I don't know. I kind of like just cutting him on the ramp. No, let search resolve. You let it go? I mean, I can't handle Titans. I mean, we need to get the Queller onto the table, though. CB Dem says 100% Quell that. See, that's how I felt. I feel like we just need the clocks going. Sure, he could have the bolt for the queller, but, like, we need the clock. Father Time says I would have quelled it. But there's Valakut. Bolt! It won't get any better, though. If he has the bolt, he has the bolt. What do you want me to do? Like, we have to get the clocks on the table. Also, we have two. Exactly. Like, we could save one for escape shift. And if the first one gets killed, then it means the second one's less likely to die. Ooh, Halo? Do I just jam Halo, or do I want to get the other queller on the table? He also showed us sweepers. I might just play Halo. Could also electrolyze, try to draw land. No, I totally agree. I would have quellered too. You're talking about the Steve? Name Valakut win. It doesn't really work like that, Tissues. Opponent has showed us sideboard outs too. You just electrolyze. Yeah, he's not playing his Haymaker yet. I think we end step electrolyze. Because electrolyze might hit us the land drop, which lets us Halo and do. It's fine. He says he keeps spacing out. I love jamming Queller. Yeah, but he might have a Beast Within. He's shown us one Beast Within. We should hold on to one. Incoming Titan. He can't Titan yet. Oh, you think he's going to Titan by just killing my Queller? He can't Beast Within Halo and jam Titan next turn. Well, he can't jam Titan next turn. He's only on 4. This already resolved, guys. What are you talking about? There's no Titan coming next turn. It's not next turn that we have to worry about it. It's the turn after. Thought says, actually, I would electrolyze main phase. What, get the land drop potential? Thoughts like electrolyze main phase. Yeah, but he could do it end step and get mana. You still think it's end of turn electrolyze? I think it's end of turn as well. Like, I think there's merit to doing it now because you're just, right, you're hoping to get the land plucked right off the top. He's going to cycle that, it's fine. But I think the issue is that it's too... You're relying on the exact top deck to be... I mean, Colonnade is the reason to electrolyze now, right? Celestial Colonnade being the land that we draw would be the reason to do the electrolyze sorcery speed. So there's Summoner's Pact. Uh-oh. Oh. Yeah, we're screwed. Did he have land drop already? Oh, he plays Mountain. Okay, so if I don't counter the Pact, we're not going to have an opportunity to counter Titan. And then we're just losing our board to the sweeper, but I think I just have to hope that he doesn't have it. They always have it. This feels terrible. Alright, guys, let's do it. You have to let it resolve, his thoughts. Oh, we're certainly screwed. We have a lot of sweepers. Yep, here it comes. Anger does it. Sweltering Suns does it. You liked letting it go? Anger, okay. What's even worse about this is he gets back Steve. See, this is like another reason why maybe we should have just countered the search for tomorrow. Well, no, Steve would have ramped him anyway. We were only able to counter one ramp, as it was. Why did he keep it anger? Because he just did. We didn't bring in Queller's game 2. I think he just left him in. I don't know. Opponent said in chat he's been spacing out. What's my opinion on Dredge? Dredge is fine. I don't have to Halo Valakut immediately. It's going to hurt a lot, though, if I don't, right? Because he... Yeah. I think we jam it, and then we can Helix Bolt Titan if we draw a red source. So yes, again, like, not electrolyzing is hurting us again. I don't disagree. Alright, let's see if he has the nuts. Let's see if he has everything. All of the things. We'll name Valakut and hope he doesn't have the beastie again. I mean, if he didn't have all his answers into something like Ruined Halo before, he certainly does now. He can't do both Beast the Halo and also Resolve the Titan. He can't do both. He has to make a choice. Cycling Suns. Oh, you were supposed to hold a bolt with Sulfur Falls? I was. Yeah, I didn't mean to tap that way. Coronax, yes. I did not mean to tap the way that I did. So you'd be at 12 right now? That's so relevant. That is very relevant. Alright. Here you go. Yeah, I think if we could rewind 2 turns, the Electrolyze, just hope for the land off the top was more or less correct. My accent needs work. I'm American. Kernax, are you Australian? That's my attempt at some sort of weird Britishy Australian hybrid accent. It's not very good, is it? See, you'd be much better with my normal voice, Kernax. I don't really do very good impressions, I don't think. Titan. He casts Primeval Titan. We're in trouble, boys. Kind of American? What kind of American are you? Because we all talk like that. Because we all we like burgers and going to McDonald's and yeah. America. Is that how we sound? Is that how the world perceives that we sound? America, right? That's exactly how my accent sounds. No time better than the prime time. No time. Ooh. Ho ho ho! Oh ho ho! Well, I think we hold up Cryptic though, and take the 6, and try to protect the Halo. Because he would proactively kill the Ruined Halo if he had the Beast within. You just got hard? That's a little too much information. Oh, is he just... Oh! Oh, yeah. Oh, YES! We are going to counter this Brontodon. Thrashing Brontodon. Excuse me, Brontodon. We're going to counter that. And I might even just bounce the Titan. Is that crazy? We avoid taking 6. Nah, he just recasts it. We should counter draw. The Bronto Tech. Rewarded for sitting on the Cryptic. Unless he has, another answer. Don't have it, opponent. Stop. Stop tapping, mana. Stop it. No. Stop tapping your lands. Oh, my goodness. He's tapping. Stop. Stop, drop, and roll. What? What is going on? What happened? What? Oh no, Double Titan. I don't have enough red to kill one. It's because there's no other target. He could target himself. He's at 12. Gosh, he'd be at 9 if I hadn't punted. If we hadn't punted, opponent be at 9. Trample. Oh boy. Okay. Okay, don't panic, stream. Don't panic. I'm not panicking. Don't panic. It's okay. We draw step click. We click ourselves. We click ourselves now for land drop. You got this. I know I only have the 1 red source. Hold up. Hold up. Valkud is a May. It is May. Just hold up, Bolt. You got this. We don't have lethal. I only have 1 red source. And last turn we crypticked. So hold up. I'm at 15. He doesn't kill us immediately. Should I just draw a step, click this guy? How many red sources do we have? Quite a few. 2 sulfur falls, 2 steam vents, and a bunch of fetches and a foundry. So 1, 2, 3. How many fetches have we used? We spent 1 fetch, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Because we already have 1 in play. Click him is a waste. Beast gets you either way. You should just attack Bolt, but click is 3 damage. Shouldn't we click ourselves and click away a Helix? I just think we should click, yeah, main phase, click ourselves. Like, our hand is what's awkward. We click ourselves. Do we pitch, we keep the path, obviously, for one of the Titans, but do we click a Bolt away or a Helix away? Bin a Helix? You like binning Helix? Okay. That's reasonable. So you like binning Helix. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. Oh no, I tapped the red. Oh no! Oh no, stream. Oh no, this is awkward. Uh-oh. And we drew a white source. God, I should have left open the sulfur falls. Alright, before he attacks, we'll definitely path one. We can't have mismatching Titans. Yeah, but you were pathing anyway? I know, but we would have had Bolt and Path here. Just very relevant. Let him get all his lands, so escape just are bad. Well, no, he has to remove the halo. We fall to 9. We draw Sulfur Falls. He's at 12. This is not a kill. This is not a kill. But this races the Titan in before he has double bolt. He had fetches, that click was going down. If you bolted last turn, you would have won. Yeah, I know. There are lots of things we could have done different. Yep, we're dead. I mean, we deserve it, right? I'm dead to all the fetching he's about to do. He only needs a few mountains. Fitting says he can't kill your clique, though. That's frustrating, but they have plenty of mountains left. We're dead. We should be. Maximum punishment. Yeah, we could have won. Yep, that's 12. He doesn't even need that many more. Good games. No, it's fine. We didn't tap correctly. Right? If we were going for the maximum out, I think we needed to cast both Pult and Path. So it needed to be an untapped land. And we did get an untapped land, but it wasn't the untapped island. It was actually the untapped plains, which was good for us. Which is great. Oh, yeah, he still could have killed Click. That's true. Opponent said he was tired and playing poorly, still won. We made the mistake. I'm starting to play poorly too. It's 2 in the morning my time. Let's finish the league though, just so you guys can see the riveting conclusion. Yeah, I mean, I think out of all the matches we played tonight, that certainly could have been the victory. Didn't really need a path at all. Says Treebeard, you could have killed next turn. So we were thinking we needed a path, but we didn't need a path. So Treebeard, you're saying we should... All right, let me scroll. Let me see if you were in the camp. We had 2 camps. We had a camp that said we need a path Titan. We had a camp that was saying we need to... Let me search you out, my friend. Treebeard chat. All right, Treebeard says smiley face, punishing greedy mana. All right, Treebeard liked Quelling, just to have it on board. Bolt in a turn, get mana. We had, I mean, you weren't the only one who said it. Like, we had some other people that were saying, don't worry about... Kurnax did, too. Kurnax put it in all caps. It was too late, though. I mean, there's also, you have to keep in mind, there's a 15 when I stream, so, like, you guys can have really good thoughts. It's just, it won't get to me in time. I can't play an entire match of Magic 15 seconds behind. we would time out every game. So, I mean, I do appreciate you guys trying to think of, things I don't think of, but I mean, I have to progress the game. I have to play on my own, If the Quellers didn't get two, all right. If the Quellers didn't get 2 for 1, yeah, 2 for 1 from an Anger that in his deck, but it's okay. All right, Snapdap Caster, but we take the damage. Man, is so bad against Burn. Oh, we're just playing for fun though at this point, aren't we? Opponent is 0-2. We're on 1-3. I can't prize anymore. I plan to play this out for testing, but we'll scoop regardless. Okay, so let's go Island Go. Kick it back. We're most likely just bolting Guide. Maybe I'm even supposed to just trade my Snap with the Guide. We'll see what he's got. Deck is still playing out pretty sweet. Yeah. All right, the game headlines, Queller or not, when to electrolyze, what loot to take. Yeah, thoughts, I think you're not wrong. I think the, ooh, another Goblin Guide. Okay. And a Rift Bolt. Okay. Oh, Remand can, that's a good target for, I think maybe just to be more mana efficient, I like just Snap Chumping since he's tapped out. Especially since we know about the next draw, which is not a great draw, of course, in this matchup. And now we can remand the, this is like the only thing that I like remanding in the Burn matchup, game 1. We're only on 2 remands now, so maybe this will be better. We played the Burn matchup when we were trying like a more tempo list. Alright, so we'll remand that. We get to bolt the Guide, but we want to see if we draw a free land first. Drew a Logic Knot, sweet. That's not a bad one in this matchup. Kind of still like having the Quellers. Yeah, I think it's cool. He resuspends the Rift Bolt. Draw us a land, because you're the Goblin Guide. Yes, it always works. Every time. Every time, 40% of the time. Or less, because it's the number of lands in your deck. Anyway, let's get the Fountain on the table. Unless I want to, like, snap Remand Rift Bolt. That seems stupid of us. I think we just take it. Yeah, let's get these mana sources on the table without pain. Kick it back. I mean, unfortunately, I won't have both. Actually, if I wanted both Logic and Path, I would have needed to play out the island. Snapper Man does seem poor. It does. Snapper Man does seem poor. I'm looking for the Boros Charms. Like, that's what we kind of want to go after. Snap bolting will be way better. But it depends on what he does. If he does nothing, that's unfortunate too, in a way. Kick it back. Have you ever thought about Penny Dreadful? No, but I've played Pauper. I've never thought about brewing Penny Dreadful Troopus. Yeah, but you can Path and Logic with Mysticate. Yeah, but the problem is the threat needs to be on the table already. Cute little bunny. Yes, you can, but you need to resolve them at the same time, during the same phase, phasing. You're not wrong. Yes, you can, yes, technically, I don't even think I want to fetch this. There's a difference between 10 and 9. There are different lands I could draw to. Do we want a bolt? No, I want other hard counters. Bottom, play the Strand. Don't really want to fetch. If he does nothing again, I'm considering... Well, no, against Burn, you don't do a draw step click. Against Burn, you would do an end step Vendilion click. You still want them to be tapping their mana during their own turn. I mean, the only permission I have is this knot anyway, so opponent's on 3 cards. If it kills us, it kills us. What do you want me to do? You know, we can't not get the clock on the table. Actually, I could just click myself. I could click myself. That's better. They have so much redundancy. I think this is better. I mean, sure, I'd love to know how his hand is constructed. I'd love to know exactly what's happening. I'd love to know if he's about to Searing Blaze my Vendilion click. I know all these things that you guys are probably thinking about in the chat for the most part. I know that's probably what you're thinking to yourselves. But, like, I probably need to Logic Snap Logic. You know? And I don't know if we have enough fuel for that. We have 4 cards in the yard. clicking away retreat is nice. Yeah, it's one of the reasons why we like this in the main. Anyway, with our configuration. I'm not fetching. Just need to draw to... There we go, now we're talking. But opponent's got 4 cards, which is terrifying. They're just waiting. Watching. Waiting. Drawing the burn spells. Waiting to kill us. Hello. He's at 15. We're putting him to 12. How many angels do we make? 2? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana to work with. He's got quad bolt. Make 3 angels. I think the right answer is 2 angels. Make 1. If we make 1 angel, I still have cryptic or yeah. Burn finally beaten Jacekai. Must feel nice. Still need cryptic. Oh yeah, logic's not gonna hit. So you like sitting on cryptic, make 2 angels. 3 to leave of logic, not 2. Puts him on the best clock though if you make 3. Okay. All right. Moto's sometimes wonky with stuff of this nature, so I kind of like floating it first. Not that I mean, like we've run into weird errors with like Deathrite Shaman and what is it? There's one card that used to have a weird interaction with Deathrite. It was like if you're attacking and you have to pay for. I'll think of it in a minute. I think cutting his draw steps down steals the game. 2 angels puts him dead. But 2 angels puts him dead to snap bolt. That's true. So you like 2 angels for that reason. I just don't know if this logic's going to connect, though, is the reason to only make 1 angel. Because if we don't connect with... I mean, it's greedy to make any angels, by the way. Just so you guys know, I am aware that it's greedy to make any angels. This logic's not going to connect, right? He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm logicking, even with fetching, I'm logicking for a maximum of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's, yeah, I mean, logic for 7 would counter a 2 mana spell. Just make all the angels. Remember, that's gonna. Oh yeah, I didn't count the entreat, did I? So strand 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it is still logic for 7. It's not for 6. Oh, I'm talking about just floating mana into the knot, like fetch and tap and delve. All right, we'll make 2, and we'll hope that this knot's enough. It's not going to be enough. Knot is not enough. It's not. It's just not. Burn my face. Okay. I'm looking for Boros Charm. That's the one we're looking for. Okay. That's 4 life. What else you got? I don't really want to go to 1. All right. God, is this last card the Boros Charm anyway? All right, I think we just hope he bricks. Oh, we should leave the bolt. What am I doing? Jeez. Good Lord, BrewSpy. Or man doesn't matter anyway. Yeah, we have to knot that. Angels. Angels also protect us from... Oh, we're dead. I need a spell snare here. I don't have it. His last card's Boros Charm. He's got like Searing Blaze. Mm-hmm. 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 I mean, cryptic logic wasn't going to save us from that either. Quellers are sweet if he doesn't know about them. and then we have to take them out game 3. We've tried this song and dance before against Burn. Oh, we have an alliance now. That's new. We have more stuff for this matchup than before. That is cool. We didn't actually go up against any decks that we got to use the Stony against. Is that weird? Guess not. We just didn't see any that we got to. We didn't fight any Lantern or Affinity or Tron this league. Color seems bad. It's not as bad as you think. It's bad if he leaves in his blazers, though. He did see click. He did see Brazilian click. That's true. Ramanda's bad. We could also just draw some lightning helixes and then the match is much easier. We could also do that. Run Disdainful for Reveler. What? What? Disdainful for Reveler. Yeah, Jace is too slow. At least cut 1 or 2. I mean, do we have to draw the nuts? We're on the play this time. Do we have to win with the Entreat this time? That you say just cut a Jace? I like cutting maybe even 2 Jaces if we have other relevant things to come in. I mean, Remand is fine maybe when we're on the play. I think they can come out when we're on the draw. Thing is, sometimes Jace lets you just Fate Seal them out, though. I don't know, I feel like Burn has like a little bit too much redundancy, though. Thanks for hitting that follow button. Yeah, welcome to the BrewSpytheMagicGuy show, Ivan. Yeah, I'm just gonna toast this, and then he plays Eidolon, and we name Eidolon with Halo. That's my problem with Halo is it's not easy to proactively name Halo against Burn. I mean, I could just slam Rude Halo on Eidolon. Just put Halo on Skullcrack. Ooh, is it target player? Target player can't gain life? It's not just each opponent? Yeah, it is target player. Halo on Skullcrack's interesting too. That's the issue with being playing this in this matchup is, whereas against the Valakut decks, it's like, oh, we'll just name Valakut, easy. But against these decks, it's like, what do we want to name, you know? What about Eidolon isn't bad? Yeah, Eidolon isn't bad. Why don't we just get the Foundry down so that doesn't hurt? In before opponent just goes another hasty threat, and we're like, no! Yep. God, if we had named Swift Spear on Halo. Oh, does he have double Swift Spear here? I'll name it. I'll name it on Halo for sure. If this is another Swift Spear now. Yeah, that was the detriment of what I did. I mean, we could even just name Swift Spear. The problem is then what is the path of my hand doing? You know. Just saying. Okay, let's think. Halo naming Skullcrack seems really good. Halo should name something like Crack or Blaze, typically. Since it stops the Blaze cast. Ooh, that's cool, Elf. That is cool. You don't know what I want to do here. I guess I could Path and Halo. So you like preemptively naming Skullcrack. Why don't you just Halo for Skullcrack or Lava Spike? Alright. We'll be preemptive. That's the thing is, like, that's the issue with Halo, isn't it? I mean, if we can stop the Skullcracks, then the Lightning Helixes we're hoping to draw to are more live. Oops. I was typing Lightning Helix. Wow, Skullcrack. Skull Clamp? No, Skullcrack. If he had Spike, he would have used it over Bolt. That's true. Path on his attack, though? Yeah. That's the plan. We slam Jace. Still like the Searing Blaze line. Ooh. Daredevil to cast my Bolt. Spicy. That is super cool. This is like one of the rare matchups where there's like something very relevant for Direfleet. This is probably the best Direfleet Daredevil you're ever going to see in Modern, right here on the Brew Spy show. That is like the best Direfleet I've ever seen. Alright, anyway. Path this. It's probably the best Direfleet I've ever seen. That was sweet. Alright, Jace? Boros Charm, bottom. Go. That was super spicy, Bunny. I agree. That was sweet. That was the devil I've ever seen. God, if we just named Swift Spear, we won. Right? Swifty, Swifty. Yeah, that's the third Swift Spear. Has a Boros Charm. Anyway, even though I Fate Sealed it. Yep, yep. They have so much redundancy, that's why I'm not really a huge fan of the Jace Fate Seal. Ignores my Jace, puts us to 1. Now I have to Jace Storm into exactly Lightning Helix. Alright, let's see if we can do it. Can we do it? Can we do it? Can we? Nope, we're dead. Good games. Hey, at least it didn't matter, right? Of course it matters. Well, let's see. Block, block. Snap, snap, block, snap, block. Oh. I'm trying to think of a line. Like, snap, path, block. Oh no, he's got a Rift Bolt, so like we're dead. I have to like remand this Rift Bolt and then he just hardcasts it. Don't scoop? Yeah, but there's already a Rift Bolt on the stack. Why are you saying don't scoop? We're dead already. There's a Rift Bolt. There's a Rift Bolt, Kurnax. We gotta take the Daredevil with us. No, he's got a Goblin Guide too. Draw us a land, you're the Goblin Guide. Where were you? God, if we just named Swift Spear, it would have been like a 3-for-1. We didn't know. We didn't know any better, stream. It's okay, this is just practice. It's okay. Was just for practice. Alright, we gotta take the Daredevil with us though, because that was sweet. That 2-for-1 was sweet. I feel like this is like one of the matchups where it actually would work the way you want it to. Oh, maybe that's cool for Burn. Maybe they're just so hungry for a 2-for-1 in their 75 besides Blade. Speaking of trouble. Gotta take this, right? It's got first strike. Card's OP. No, it was practice, Kurnax. This is the end of the league. It is practice. We're dead. It is just practice though. We were gonna give the game to the opponent even if we were gonna win. We told him so. Alright, any consideration for more Wraths? Sure. I would consider it. You still here, Irish? I can get you back to Jace. We're done with the league now. I'm going to open a new copy, though. What have we learned? What do we think? I think the third Colonnade is really clunky. I think it's unfortunately necessary, though. There were several games where a Colonnade hit meant the difference between a victory and a loss. Yeah, we just don't have the tools for me to be playing true, like, Jacekai mid-range or true Jacekai tempo. I think earlier when we were brewing, we just didn't make a concise decision on whether we wanted to be more tempo style or whether we wanted to be more mid-range. Because like the Entreat, like the Jace Entreats, like definitely makes me think mid-range, right? So when you're mid-range, you do need to worry about getting Panza'd or getting, you know, well, actually just in general you have to worry. Why don't you just brew Soul Sisters? Want to try blue-white? Nah, we just did blue-white and we got crushed, Saltmaker, so no thank you. I don't think I'm going to be in the mood to play blue-white in a few years. That was awful. If you think that league was bad with Jacekai, we had an awful league with modern blue-white control. And it wasn't like 4 Jaces and 3 Entreats either. But anyway, that's cool. I like the idea. I like the concept. I think the playset of Jace is overrated. I actually think the sweet spot we had for the deck was the 3-2 split still. And play like a more mid-range Jacekai. You want to see my blue-white list? Sure. If I still have it. I may have deleted it though. Let me see if it's on my Stream Decker. I've been doing a pretty good job putting... It's almost 3 in the morning for me, so I'd like to finish this. My brain's too gone, but... Talk about it We'll do a little more brewing and a stout on brewing earlier. My most viewed pod. Excellent. Excellent. That's my legacy brew. Um, Jacekai Entreat. Which one was blue white? This one. This went worse. I don't think this won a single match, but this was like our take on blue white. So you go. I don't really want to go over it, but you're welcome to look at it. Yeah, it's like blue white things. What about Gideon? I have 5-mana Gideon, Father Times. I do have a 5-mana Gideon. Yeah, I mean, we could go like more mid-range. We put the cards that we're thinking of cutting over here. Yeah, so like I still really like this package of 3 Jace, 2 Entreat, and then just maybe 1 click. Just in the off chance you draw the Entreat and you don't have the Jace, but it's kind of like it's without having to run the 4th Jace, it's more flexibility. I mean, that's the point of Jacekai. Wants to be flexible. The Colonnade slowed us down a lot. Not that, I mean, if you're going to go Jacekai mid-range, I like the 3rd Colonnade again. But if we're going to go, I guess we haven't explored like a mid-rangey style of Jacekai. The problem is you need the tools to handle all the different archetypes, and it's really tough right now to do that. So what would that list look like? It wouldn't be a remand list. Might not even be able to mainboard the click, by the way. A more mid-rangey Jacekai. Wouldn't be on Quellers. Be on like Elspeth. Yeah, okay. All these could still make sense, but hold up. Less bolts. 1 less bolt. 4th path. Why don't you just play Bonfire? What about Emeria? Emeria is kind of its own thing, isn't it? Cantus? Blue-White Emeria is kind of a thing already. Lumbo says just play blue-white, it's better. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I'm slowly but surely realizing, right? Because like we're not even interested in running the Anger of the Gods anymore, and that was one of the big reasons to be in the Red Splash. I just don't know how I would construct this and morph this into a blue-white style, right? So that would be obviously cut all the red, but I mean, just a moment ago I said I'm not really interested in playing blue-white anytime soon. But what would it look like? We'd probably have to buy into the second Search for Skata, which is fine. I think that even this list kind of was hungering for a second Search for Skanta. Why don't you play Spreading Seas? Yeah, so you get Field, you get Spreading Seas. I did open a new copy, right? Hang on a sec. We did. Okay. Just make sure before I like butcher what we had going on. So you get Spreadings, you get Search. I mean, yeah. Now, blue-white sometimes favors Rest in Peace, and they even cut like the 4th Snapcaster to do so in some versions. I like 2 or 3 Spreadums. We'll think about the 4th. What about Field? Ophidian says my list is 4 Field, 4 Sea. I'm going to run 3. I'm going to run 3 Spreading Seas. But give me 4 Field of Ruin. So that's the benefit of cutting the red. You do get access to the fields. Okay. Like, do we want, like, Condemn? Really want to feel for what everybody else is brewing. Really enjoy mine. Alright, Condemn. Negate. Could go main because we're blue-white. This should be... Could cut this, cut this, cut this. This actually might not be that difficult to switch gears, to be honest. I like Gideon. Somebody suggested 5-mana Gideon. I mean, like, blue-white usually main boards a 3-mana Gideon. You can always, like, target a Valakut. There's all sorts of cool things. I've also even seen main board Runed Halo from blue-white. Runed Halo usually is a 2-of in blue-white, actually. Problem with blue-white at the moment is Jund. Yeah, but thoughts like that was the whole reason we were looking into Entreat, because... In the past, I mean, it didn't happen tonight for us, and you unfortunately didn't. I don't think you were here at my last stream. Last stream, like, we were crushing some Jund decks, and it had to do with the Entreat. It didn't happen tonight, and that's, again, that's a variance thing. That's the issue, right? That's the beautiful and the issue, right? That's the beautiful thing about modern, but also the issue. We could like run as many as 2 Halos. I've even seen some blue-white decks main board a Halo, but that's that's the drawback, right? Is that you Entreat is that kind of a swingy card where like it makes you even more powerful of a top deck potentially. Run some Raz and Supremes, absolutely. Yeah, this deck would be more into Supremes and Wrath of Gods. Think 3 Entreat was too many. 2 is the right number. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of discovering. Like, we tried the 1 of and it wasn't enough. We tested the 3 of tonight with the 4th, with help from borrowing the 4th Jace, and it was maybe a little too much. So I think Supreme of Verd, lol. Supreme of Verd, Wrath of Verdict, right? That's funny. All right, Path Wreckage, Field. Just play some Termini. I'm not 2-minute Terminus even still. But maybe in the next version. Just give me some Verdict. Gideon's Trial is usually good. Yeah, I like Father. Father, I do like a. Yeah, Father of Time. I do like a main board 3-mana Gideon. It's usually a thing you sometimes see working for some of these blue-white styles. And then you have like a sideboard 5-mana Gideon if you want to go a little bigger. We can maybe put like an Elspeth in this thing. I don't know if Elspeth is as well positioned as she used to be. I like a main board Miser Gideon. Don't like Entreat that much. Once you get to that much mana on Jace, you win anyway. Well, that's the thing though, Thoughts. We weren't even entreating for like X is 4. Run some ley lines. That's not a bad idea, Magic player. That's the interesting thing, though, Thoughts. I mean, you should go back and watch our last stream because we were only entreating for maybe 2 or 3 angels, and it was still doing what it needed to do, like still winning the game on the spot. There's always the chance they have the Maelstrom Pulse, easily. But at least you have the potential to. I think against one of our Jund opponents, we held up like a path, and we pathed one of our own angel tokens to preserve like 2 or 3 other angels. Oh yeah, D-Shear for sure. D-Shear. I think you would have to go back and watch the matches, Thoughts. I don't know if you watch archived videos on Twitch though. A lot of people don't. I've talked to some of my friends who watch Twitch streams, and a lot of them are like, no, I never go back and watch archived streams. They like to only watch it live and nothing else. So I don't know if you're gonna go watch it, but if you want to see how this card can impact matchups like Jund, I recommend it. It's still just theory. We haven't played like one person testing Magic is not enough to test a metagame's breadth of decks. I'm just one person. This is just one stream. So like in order for these decks to catch on, like for example like the Robopod deck, we finally have some other people like catching on and playing it. It kind of had. We did need the help of Saffron Olive for that to happen. This is my latest version though. So what's funny is when I run into other people trying to build or jam Robopod, I see them still on the Grizzlebrand package. We've kind of moved away from that now. I'm just on Brea. But anyway, so like in the same vein, if you want to play Birthing Pod and Legacy, in the same vein as like something like this, I think there needs to be more people testing some sort of Entreat deck. Otherwise, it's just never going to get off the ground, Yeah, but it's nice. The streamer interacts with the chat. Well, but you have to think about all the. There's plenty of lurkers too, and there's plenty of people that There are people that I've noticed that there are people that do watch my rebroadcast. You're not my rebroadcast. I don't do the rebroadcast thing. Maybe I should, but when I just post the videos, people do go back and check it out. Yeah, she's insane, Tropus. She's insane. Card does everything. Card can turn around a burn match, Delver match, like any fair matchup, like even like sometimes Death and Taxes. She can turn around most legacy board states as long as it's a fair matchup, not combo. Not combo, she can't turn around. She's okay against control. I would say she really excels on a, hey, this is a fair matchup like Elves, or, well, no, Elves is a bad example, but like your Mavericks, your Taxes, your Delver decks, your Stoneforge Mystic, Stoneblade lists. Anything that's like grindy, she's pretty amazing. And that's kind of like why we went away from the Grizzlebrand package. Because although Grizzlebrand is very strong and it can also win unfair matchups, we were finding that we were winning just on like some of my other bullets. Like we found just in this deck, we found we were winning just on Leovold's and Glenn. But like Leovold hasn't always existed. You know, we've been brewing this Robopod deck for several years now, and we used to be on, Grizzlebrand because Grizzlebrand was a way to win both the unfair and the fair matchups. But I don't know if it's as necessary anymore in Legacy. In that deck anyway, in the Tesserator shell. Anyway, back to brewing this blue-white deck. You guys have any other suggestions? Do we want more than one Logic Knot? Do we want like a mana leak? Is the Singleton mana leak just like out of style? I like leak if we're gonna be looking into like sideboard rest in pieces. Actually, blue-white should mainboard a Singleton Verdict at least. It's pretty normal. Like, what about like a leak? Play 2 knots. See, I was kind of thinking of doing like a rest in peace build though. You two like logic, 2 logics. Magic player says Logic Knot's unsettling to me though due to search. Yeah, but Mana Leak and Path won't work well together. Yeah, they can be at odds ends. I mean, the reason I cut the 4th snap was I was thinking I might want to consider sideboard rest in peace. So that's like kind of like the normal blue-white way. So you don't like this, you don't like this. Like chat's divided about knots and negates, and well, I don't think chat's divided about negate. Are we divided about Spell Snare's power? That one opponent we had earlier today was saying he was trying to convince us that Spell Snare is really bad in the meta. I don't necessarily disagree with him. I still think that search is sweet even if you don't flip it. There are plenty of matches where we just want that constant scrying. Yeah, rest in peace. Maybe we will do rest in pieces. Yeah, Leovold is sweet, Canis. Leovold has like spawned entire archetypes of legacy decks. Sometimes like Elves players. Actually, I think most Elves players now consider him as a bullet target for Green Sun Zenith. Maverick decks have him as a Green Sun Zenith target, sometimes, so. Snare's so good, though. All right, Father Time says, I play a top end of 2 Jace the Mind Sculptor, 2 Gideon of the Trials, and 1 Gideon Jura. I like it. I don't know if that's what I'm going to do, but I like it. Why don't you just play some Rune Snags? Some people play Secure the Wastes. Secure the Wastes. Okay. Could maybe get into that. So you still like a Miser's Snare? I like the Miser's Snare too. The 1 snare is a must. I like the Singleton. Maybe even a second one, the 75, I'm not sure. We need to finish our mana base. We haven't done that. Glacial. Like 2 glacials. I've even seen like a Miser's Ghost Quarter out of these lists, but I don't know. My problem is Ghost Quarter doesn't let us redevelop our mana, whereas Field does, but the Singleton Quarter might be fine, especially since I skimped on the 4th Spreading Seas, which we might add the 4th one, I'm not sure yet. D-Sphere is nuts. You like it in the main? Okay. So could we get away with the first knot and still be running rest in pieces? Do you think it's worth running the Cycling Lamb? Maybe Quarternax. I mean, there's also Prairie Stream to consider. Like Stream. What's the name of the Cycling Blue-White? Why don't you just run a Sphere on the side? Do I like Visions or do I like Opt? I kind of prefer Visions still. We've tried Opt a few times. Thoughts? I think if you go more all in on Miracles, I think that it's reasonable. Maybe like a Prairie Stream. Oh, it's irrigated? Thank you. Those are all lands we can consider. I'm not going to necessarily run all these different random fun-ofs in our mana base, like a Gate, a Prairie Stream, and irrigated farmland. As much as that like makes me excited, definitely adds a little bit of fun to even just the mana base itself, but that might not be correct. Would you be interested in trying my list to see if you like it? I don't know if I'd do it in a league maker necessarily. You're welcome to link it again. People can look at it. It's been a while since you linked the last one. I don't know if I want to go full-blown miracles. I think I just want the entreats. Lumbucko says, for sure, 4 colonnade. I'm actually borrowing this 3rd colonnade. I don't know if I can get us into the playset. Maybe before next stream, Lumbucko, I'll look into trying to get us a 4th colonnade. So you like 4th colonnade? I just think moderns are a little fast right now. That's kind of why I like the 3 of, or 2 of even. Not that that's, you know, correct or incorrect. I just, colonnade's always a slow mana, whereas some of these other lands are not. I recently cut farmland for a 2nd fountain. It's definitely awkward. Comes into play tapped. The irrigated farmland? Yeah, I could see that. It's the same issue with colonnades. But you still want this to be a presence in your deck. Hey, what's up, Austins? I could see that. Yeah, I mean, I could still see 4th colonnade. I could see cutting and not testing out around, you know, screwing around with the farmland. I mean, if what I'm saying is the meta's faster in that we don't really want to screw around with colonnades, that probably means we also don't want to screw around with farmland, right? As sweet as that sounds to me, probably correct. We may not even be wanting to screw around with Prairie Stream. I mean, we need more basics for this thing to work as is. We need like 1 more basic island. We need even another basic plains. No, Kaylin, I'm exhausted. It's 2:53 in the morning for me, so we're just brewing a little bit with some of what we learned tonight. You're welcome to stick around and help me brew. I'm also, if you stick around for, you know, a little bit longer, I'm planning to host another streamer. Why don't you go 5 island, 3 plains? Okay. I do have more. It's not going to be a perfect match because I don't own... Yeah, I don't have 3... It's fine. They don't have to match. I can figure out basics another day. Matchy. They don't match. I like the disdainful stroke, though. I mean, I have a bunch of these. Classic. If you come up with a list, I might be able to put it together and stream it. Says Zuby. Yeah, I mean, it's where it came from. I'm sure you would. You definitely seem like the type to credit brewers when you can. Just the vibes I get from you, my friend. Yeah, just let people know where it came from, I guess. That's all I can say. 24 lands seem reasonable. That's where we want to start. We might even want the 25th land. If we're considering the 25th land, that's where we start talking about the 4th colonnade. Some like cutesy, you know, we could do something fun like a miser's quarter. We could do something like the irrigated farmland. You know, if we want to start talking, excuse me, if we want to start talking about the 25th land, they'll make field better. Oh, what? Adding the extra? Yeah, adding the extra basics does make the fields better. I don't disagree. It's the same art. It's just foil, unfortunately. Anyway, it's hardly noticeable, right? Hardly noticeable. I think the 5-3 split's fine. Oh, I didn't add the 5th island, did I? Whoops. I have a bunch of matchy islands, though, at least. Ophidian says 4 island, 3 plains is plenty. Yeah, I mean, we could certainly, I mean, this could be the 25th land. I think the 25th land could be the 5th island. I think the 25th land could be a fun of like something like kind of like where the Prairie Stream is taking part in the mana base. I'm done for the night, Robert. You still think 4-3 is plenty, Ophidian? So you would like do something else with this last land slot, like make it like a Miser's Ghost Quarter or the Prairie Stream? Still like 25 land regardless. Let's go with it. That was a cool suggestion. We may cut it, but the irrigated, it's a little slow, a little clunky for modern, but we'll do it. It's kind of neat. Might get cut. This is still just theory. Yeah, Robert. You have a good night too. Something like this, maybe, right? And then we have 4 slots we have to figure out. We did try playset of Visions, playset of Opt at one point, and we didn't really like it. It just felt like the deck didn't have enough meat. Not that I want to like mainboard click. I think they're in this list would probably run one, maximum 2 clicks, and they'd probably be in the board, both of them anyway. We could run a second logic knot. I mean, every knot that we add is not going to play very. It's not. Yeah, every knot is not going to play very well with our rest in pieces. If we want to run these, same with the snaps. I mean, like cutting the fourth snap. That decision point came from I wanted to maybe run rest in pieces. So I wouldn't run more than 2 knots if we're going to be on these. And then it's just a matter of, okay, do we want a Miser's Leak? Do we want a Miser's Negate main board? How many spreadums do you run? Do you run the playset? Do you run the 3 of? Do you run 2 searches? Do you run a main board Halo? Do you have the? I mean, there's lots of decisions from this point of how to tune and like, do we want do we want like an Elspeth? You know, do we want the other Gideon? We already finished, Matt. It did not go well, but that's okay. We had one league go the way we wanted it to with a Jacekai build, relatively recent. So, anyway. I think you have to also take it, you know, in Modern you have to definitely leave some up to chance and realize that some of it's the matchups and the pairings. Want to just mainboard a Wrath? You like negate in the moment? You want me to mainboard another Wrath in the board? In the main, I mean? Just want to just mainboard that stuff? I like the split for things like humans and of course the occasional throne. Elves as well. Iziri, regeneration. I mean, there's not a huge amount of elves, I'm just saying. There are reasons why I kind of like a split. We could also just add it. I have access to another verdict. So you like just mainboarding 2 routes? Yeah, if we're going to be more mid-rangey, I think 2 routes main is fine. Elspeth is also a pseudo sweeper. That does come up if you want to run her. Settle is a pseudo sweeper. Alliance could even be main if we're looking for another, like something that's in our sideboard that's main deckable. Could be the 5-mana Gideon, could be the Blessed. Blessed makes you better against burn, which is nice. There's plenty of it on Moto. So like that's a consideration for main board. I even like, you know what? Something that blue-white doesn't deal very well with is Lingering Souls. I kind of like Jace. Well, okay, that's where the rest in pieces can come in, but like if you want like more cards for Lingering Souls and Young Pyromancer, which are both relatively popular right now, you can run and there are other go-wide decks in the format. Heck, I've even seen Bitter Blossoms. Like Jace is a consideration. Just because Mind Sculptor exists doesn't mean that Jace can't be a sideboard option. Why don't you just play Staticaster? Halo doesn't seem awful in the main. One if Halo feels bad though, feels better sideboards as thoughts. It depends on what you want to be doing. I mean, we did this the other day when I was talking about potentially mainboarding Halo in the other blue-white build time. I literally looked over although the Magic on the MTG Goldfish metagame is not a good depiction of like a paper metagame, but I think it does a decent job with a Moto metagame. So if we were to go over the modern meta real quick, I mean, a lot of the percentages are like nice. There's a lot of variety when the most played deck is, you know, in this kind of a percentile. And we could also look at some other blue-white control and get some more ideas, not just for myself in the chat. But, okay, so against Tron, I would name Ugin? Karn? I don't know. There's not a very good name for this matchup, I'll give you that. Humans, I would name Freebooter. Kitesail Freebooter. Burn, I would name Eidolon, or what did we talk about? Not Blaze. We talked about naming Skullcrack. Both reasonable names. Eldrazi Tron, I would name Thoughtnot Seer. Grixis Shadow, I would name Shadow. Maybe Gurmag Angler. Blue-Eye Control, it's not a good example, but because, I mean, partly that's the mirror. I don't know, you can name Gideon. You can name Colonnade. Affinity, I would either name Galvanic Blast, or I would name Champion, Etch Champion. Traverse Shadow, I would name Shadow or Goyf. Mardu Pyromancer, I would name Bedlam Reveler. That's about it. The rest you can't really name with Halo. Jeskai Control, you can name Bolt, you can name Helix, you can name Colonnade. Dredge, you name Prized Amalgam, or actually, you know what? Against Dredge, I think we said we would game one name Conflagrate. Black Red Hollow one, you name Hollowed ones, you name Gurmags, you name Bloodghast, whatever is most prevalent on the table at the time. Gifts, you get to name Grape Shot, and you just win the match. So I think it's fair. Valakut actually didn't come up on that list. That's the big one, and maybe it's just not being played enough right now. Let's go like the full set of C's. Bogles is great. You can slap all their pants on. Ad nauseum is not a good example. Gift Storm, you could also name gifts post board, but game one you want to name Grape Shot. Titan. No, there's Gift Storm. Titan Shift, you name Valakut. Game one, then you just have to answer the Titans. Blue Red Pyromancer is not a great example. You can even name Thing in the Ice. I'm more afraid of a big Thing in the Ice than the Pyromancer. You can't name the elemental tokens. Living End, not a good example. This Vengevine deck, I'd name Vengevine. Lantern, I would name one of their Mill Rocks. Abzan, I'd name Goyf. Drowsy and Taxes, I'd name Thought-Knot Seer. Death and Taxes, I'd name Flicker Wisp. I don't know what I'd name against this type of Death and Taxes. It's not as common as the Eldrazi and Taxes, but they're about the same. Well, wow, they're just the same percentage. Never mind. Grixis, I mean, like we could go on and on. I mean, like there always is at least consideration for some card, but no, it doesn't need to be in the main. I just like the two of. Anyway, so you like the full set of C's, the spread 'em, the full siege, the full spreading siege. Okay. Father Time says I tried Jace of Architects for a while. It's fine against some decks, but Jace Jura usually can get the job done. Okay, so you don't like Architect of Thought? I dig it. That's a 15. After 4Cs or Field, Tron players seem pretty sad. Well, we played a configuration like this, and we played against Tron and still lost. I mean, like it doesn't just because you have 8 or more relevant cards in the matchup doesn't mean you draw them. Doesn't mean you win the match. That's the thing. All these, people are praising Blue-Eye Control, and it's like, yes, it's a fine place to put your Jaces. I get it, but it's like it's not the end-all, be-all. But there's a lot of people jamming it. I mean, you look at the meta. There's a bunch of people trying to make it work, and 3.78%. We can see what's working for some other people. I'm not I'm not interested in like utilizing ideas. I mean, like come up the Manamo, perhaps the search for Escanta. You can use it twice in a turn. That's like only for grinds, but it's still kind of cool. This guy just mainboarded all the walkers, so he's got Elspeth in the main, Gideon in the main. This guy had like Ancestrals. That's cool. I have rejections we could try. Porphyry's hilarious against Bogles, but then again, a Ruined Halo would do the same job. Oh, he has 2 main deck Ruined Halos. See? There you go. See? That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, the Minamo's kind of cool. You don't even have to run any other cuteness with it. Just one Vendilion click. Okay. Maybe we should take a hint from him. Let's look at this list. Jura, Sphinx's Rev. I'm not too into Sphinx, but I don't hate it. Just in general. Yeah, a lot of people are jamming this Minamo. They had Dragon Lord though. That's sweet. Yeah, Dragon Lord with Minamo. It's fun. See, I like that. I like that there's a lot of innovation in the blue-white archetype. You actually don't see maybe as much innovation like when you look at like even like Jeskai lists. You don't see as much innovation. Although this is all pre-Jace, maybe people less creative. Hosts. This is a 12th place at a Star City Classic. Last time we tried our blue-white, it did have a Crucible package. I've tested the new standard pseudo rev. I think it's better. You lose the life game, but it's only X blue for CMC. Oh, Fosh, you're talking about the one where it's like draw X, discard one? I don't remember the name of the spell either, but I know what you're referring to. I think we could do the split of Halos. Maybe 25 lands too much. I see a lot of these guys are on 24, 25. This guy's actually on 26, so maybe I'm not right. Maybe 25 is the sweet spot. Anyway, there's a lot for me to think about stream before next stream, so I mean, let's do the 1-1 split. See if that's really the yeah. I'm not necessarily looking for a mass draw spell. I'm kind of just looking to go Entreat. Like Jace is my mass draw spell, right? In this particular, in these particulars. I don't know. That's a good point though, Fosh. It's hard to say. We get 2 more spots in the sideboard. There's some spicy stuff. I mean, I like the idea of that. If we want like our extra, like this was going to be our extra land, doing something cute with Mikokoro is kind of cool. You know, untapping the Search for Iskanta is certainly kind of a neat idea. Untapping, what else would it do in our list? Nothing else really. But I know that Gideon and Elspeth get it done. I just don't know if I want them in the main board. And then it's just a matter of, do we want an extra click? Do we want an extra counterspell? Do we want like another Disdainful, another... I mean, somebody put it to... I think it was you... No, I mean, I'm sorry, it wasn't you, Fosh. There was somebody in chat way earlier that put it to me really nice and said why they like Disdainful to the point of even like 2 of, is because this does counter a lot of the haymakers of the format. It does counter a lot of the scary things. But you also have to remember, like, Modern is a game played on a bunch of different playing fields, and it's not always correct to just fight over the top end. Red for 3 could even be lights out. Honestly, though, if you're playing Search, you don't need Mass Draw. Not necessarily. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. Somebody pointed out earlier saying that they like the 2 of Stroke in the board just because a lot of the haymakers of the format are counterable via Stroke. Yeah, for sure, since the meta slowed down a bit. Ophidian doesn't like Rev. Let's try the, for lack of a better card, just because I want to get this list built and I want to go to bed and host another streamer. Don't really love Rev, and it's just dead way too often. Yeah, I mean, it's like, Rev is always, I mean, just like our Entreats, right? Our Entreats have been really win more, or, well, no, we've seen Entreat be barely just enough, and then we've seen Entreat be also win more. I think the same could be said for something like Rev or Secure the Waste, right? Like, there are board states where it's like, this is a little bit win more. And then there are board states where it's like, wow, like that was exactly like the amount of life I needed. That was exactly the number of 1/1, warriors I needed. That was exactly, like, we needed that one more angel to win the game. Like, it does sometimes come down that close where you're like, wow, we needed that 3rd angel. Or, wow, we needed that, we needed that extra card off of the Rev. We needed that extra life point. Like, yeah, there are board states where it's like that. Can somebody suggest one more sideboard card? And I'm going to go to bed. Please. What is it? I'm thinking second Vendilion Click, but I'm not sure. What is it? A Dispel, two more strokes, 2 Rest in Pieces, a Settle, a Halo, 2 Stonies, a Purge, a Gideon, an Elspeth, an Alliance. What is the last? Timely Reinforcements? Like, is that what we want to be? Play more Gideons? Nah, give me Timely. We need Timely. There's so many people jamming Burn, it seems. Give me a Timely Reinforcements. Just play the 3rd Cryptic? We could. We could play a 3rd Cryptic as well, and then... That's true. Okay, so if we board something... Hang on, if we board something and don't run, like, Timely, we get access to 2 clicks in the main. It's pretty nifty. I don't mind a main click because we have the clunky things like Entreat. I usually sideboard Wrath, by the way. 1 click wouldn't be bad. Timely isn't bad. Core Firewalker isn't bad. What about this split? There's also merit to just making sure that Sphere's in the sideboard. It's pretty specific. What about this config? And then what were we thinking about mating besides a click? 3rd Cryptic? Yeah, I mean, that would be a way to get the 3rd Cryptic command in this thing. I can try and get one before next stream, which is coming up. Zuby says I'm throwing together a list. It's looking pretty awful. All right, so 3rd Cryptic. What about this? Crucible could be a thing. I like Crucible, but then you want like the Miser's Ghost Quarter. We talked about Crucible. Crucible also lets me feel like we can skimp on some of our colonnades because Crucible brings them back, right? So like, yeah, I mean, Crucible, the way that I feel about Crucible is Crucible can sometimes, I mean, I don't think it can replace your 25th land, but it certainly can let us do some greedy things with it. Yeah, Crucible's kind of cool with Search for Iskanta as well, because you can bin lands and then you can just grab them out of your graveyard. So we have tested Crucible in this before. It was a little slow though. I mean, this is a slow deck, so Yeah, Crucible is an interesting thought. I mean, we'd have to cut something to run it. I don't know what it would be. And then I would definitely want the Miser's Ghost Quarter just so it has a little more bite. I don't mind looking where you're at, Zuby. Blink it. You said you just threw this together. I would diversify your verdicts with throwing like even just the first Wrath of God. I like diversifying a little bit. Firewalker, Purge. Okay. I don't hate it. No, I don't hate it at all. You were saying something about my audio? Did it? All right, Benny Hills has been doing pretty well with his list too. It's just Father Times. Yeah, it seems like a fine jumping off spot. I don't know if you want the fourth Jason, the fourth Cryptic. I think that's a lot of verdict too, but I don't know. I don't know. How many lands were you on? I appreciate the ideas. You were on 23 land, but you had ops. Okay. Why don't you run Settle? It's right here. It's probably hidden to you, Epic Prime in the sea of sideboard white cards, right? I like Settle a lot. I like Settle especially if I'm like trying to put angels on the table. Yeah, I like the first Settle. We already have one. I think the first Settle is sweet. Yeah, I mean, if we were on ops as well, I would probably trim a land or two myself. Maybe cut some of the more awkward lands, right? The Prairie Stream and the Farmland. These would become ops maybe for us, or we could try your split, which was you had 4 ops. And honestly, I would go the other way. Because here's the thing, like this is just directed at Zuby. Well, I mean, of course, the rest of chat as well. But I found that when we did the split of more ops than serums, we were kind of sad. I almost would go the other way. I would almost go like the set of visions and then 2 ops, and ops are just a really cheap enabler for if you want to entreat during your opponent's turn. They're also just a fine cantrip on their own. I feel like the better enablers, even for setting up entreat, were just Search for Skanta, Jace, and then quickly followed by visions. But if you want to run some of these, that's certainly a way we could do it as well. This would be a 23 land variant for us. I love the idea though that you were doing in yours, Zuby. The Crucible is super sweet. My buddy Tyler, this is his wheelhouse. The Crucible. I see you're not even bothering with the Gideons and the Elspeths. I like that potentially. Not even bothering with Gideons and Elspeths. It's definitely another way we could go as well. Just make it all about Jaces and Entreats and Colonnades. Like, that's where the Crucible can really shine, because then you're able to recur your Colonnades. Does that make sense? That's definitely a strength I see of Crucible, is being able to recur the Colonnades, not just the fields. Definitely has that flexibility. Play a Thassa. Epic says, yeah, I like the no Gideon version better as well. You like no walkers even? Longwell says play one Thassa. Definitely play one Thassa from Breaking the Mirror. All right, I'll put a Thassa in the think pile. All right, if you're gonna run one, you have to run more. You can also dominate other Jaces. Thassa's always been interesting. It's funny. Is there like that? Is there like that much people jamming blue white X decks right now that like it's actually? I mean, I saw that it was what was the percentage? This is just a representation of the Magic Online meta. Clearly, also what the paper meta looks like. But yeah, I mean, there's quite a bit of blue control. It's more than Jacekai by quite a bit. Well, on Moto, you know, we're looking at 29 versus 22, and then Tron is 52. Good lord. The Thassa's cool, though. I wouldn't have thought to do that. I think it's a sideboard card at best, though, right? I mean, are we ever going to get to that much devotion? Like, how would you get to that much devotion, though? Would it be a board of, like, click Jace Thassa? That would give you an animated Thassa. Anyway. I'm not going to disagree with what you're saying, Longwell. I think that's cool. It definitely, it went into the think tank. It went into the cards we're thinking about pile. It, yeah. Just keep in mind it's like 3 in the morning for me, and I'm not necessarily thinking all that well right now. What about Benny's list? What is it going to be right here? Why don't you just play Benny's list? I mean, I kind of like starting from scratch. I'm willing to see what's been working for Benny. This one? Was this pre-Jace? No, it wasn't. So this is what Benny's up to. Okay. Now, see, I think his list, though, I'll give Benny this. Already I see the correlation. There's 2 snaps, 2 rest in peace. Right? So, like, already I like what I'm seeing. He's on a Miser's Terminus. Now, see, the Miser's Terminus makes sense to me, right? Because this gives him game against, like, if he's running the Misers, I get it. Because I think he's thinking, okay, well, this gives me at least one sweeper in my 75, or my main board 60, that gives me a shot against Dredge and Hollowed One decks. So that's cool to me. See, I like the Miser's Terminus. I don't hate the Miser's Terminus. I know everybody's like been like, BrewSpy, you said you'd never run it. It's like, no, like that's cool. Because see, that it makes sense to me. He knows it's a suboptimal sweeper, but it's there for a reason. It's to give you top deck outs against specifically Hollowed One and Dredge. Yeah, I caught. Wait, you caught up? You're diversifying the wraths. Not necessarily copying his list. I know he's been doing pretty well with this build. Yeah, I mean, like I wouldn't copy it either. I'm just saying I like that he's got only 2 snaps and the full set of Rest in Peace. Like that's a change that I would definitely be like, you know what, that makes sense, right? I mean, like how many logics is he on? Like I think one thing we could learn from his list is least is like how to make Rest in Peace work in your blue-white deck. Right, so like he's on only 2 snaps. He's only on the Miser's Logic now, and he's running Mana Leaks just fine. I know we had everybody was like up in arms, like no, you can't run. You know, we had like chat like up in arms, like you can't run, blah 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 blah. Like that makes me hopeful for the double Rest in Peace build. But the way that he is pulling it off is he is trimming on things like Snap and Logic. And I bet he doesn't even have the double. Yep, he's not even on the double search for Iskanta. See? So that's something we could learn from. So he's only got 4 cards main that really care, and he's not on a Crucible build. See? But he's got only 4 cards that really truly care about the yard. So when you bring in these Rest in Pieces, you're not shooting yourself in the foot. Does that make sense? Is this not Benny's list, Father Times? I'm looking at. This is Benny Hills. What is this? Is this the same thing? No, these are different. I would assume this is the most recent list that he played. But yeah, I mean, I have no qualms like seeing what's working for other players. I'm not so prideful a brewer that I'm not gonna be like, oh, that's working for you. Okay, great. I'm gonna go do my own thing now. Like I know you guys might think I have that attitude. That's not the case. I'm still gonna run my misers condemn. I'm not gonna like completely change my build just because I think the one thing I liked seeing is okay, this is the sweet spot probably if you're gonna be playing two rest in peace. It's kind of all I really want to walk away with. That list is old though. Yeah, but that's the one I grabbed from his most recent stream. Oh, well then he's made a lot of changes. Father Time says that's the one I grabbed from his most recent stream. Really? No Jason Mind Sculptor? Just totally doesn't want it? See Jace Architect of Thought. 3 Cryptic Free Verdict, that's it? No. No Jaces? But he's still on 2 snaps. He's on no Logic Knots, if this really is truly from his most recent. He's just added the 3rd Mana Leak? Wow. He's just like, no, I don't want any of that anti-synergy. How many search for Escanta, though? I'm just curious, like, what the threshold is. Like, how many... He added a 2nd search, though. Okay, interesting. I'm just trying to figure out what the threshold is for how many cards that have a little bit of anti-synergy with Rest in Peace. So he actually opted to do that change. No, look at the upload date. It says October. Oh. Yeah. That is quite old. All right. Okay, so this was like the sweet spot, right? It's like 4, maybe 5 cards, right? If you want to run the sideboard Rest in Pieces, seems like the split. Okay. Okay. So we'll still do what we were doing. That doesn't even change anything. Like, the only thing it changed... Okay, it did change something, though. We cut the 3rd Snapcaster. Yeah. I'm going to diversify the sweepers. Although Settle's so sweet, we could even consider it in the main. Do like this card. So the Miser's Terminus is kind of cool to me. More, I mean, like, Settle has that ability as well, by the way. Settle also has the ability to exile multiple threats without targeting. So, like, I don't know if I even still want to run a Miser's Terminus as he was. But I see the value in having a sweeper that hits threats that can come back from the graveyard. So I actually think I'm going to opt for this split. And so, like, our sweepers are literally blocking with angels, exiling their stuff, or just boom shakalaka. That's a verdict. So, I mean, I still think I like this split, potentially. Maybe even a Miser's Sphere. I know he was on 2, but I like a Miser's Detention Sphere. And maybe even another one in the sideboard. I mean, that's just how I work. I kind of like it, as much as possible. I like kind of being a little bit pre-boarded. That's why I do greedy things like put in the Halo in the main and just try to naturally name what it needs to be. That's why I like maining like Settle, even though it's usually more of a sideboard card. Like, and Jace gives you the option to do that. Like some of the stuff you'll see in Legacy where people have like, you know, they got like their main board. Well, Red Blast is a bad, sorry, Power Blast is a bad example. But you'll sometimes see what you're like, well, that seems like a sideboard card. It's like, well, Jace brainstorming gives you that flexibility to run cards that are like, it's kind of more of a sideboard card, but it's like, but there's implications game 1, and there are matchups game 1, and Jace lets us brainstorm it back into the deck. How often will I use Mystic Gate? We don't need it. You don't like it? It's gone. Boom. It's in the think pile. We definitely need to add 23rd and potentially 24th land, but we can cut it. I still like the Prairie. Like, if Modern is all about, you know, us saving on life points, like, that's a way to do it. That's less greedy than the, if we, like, even consider the the 8th basic, we're on 7 basics. If we consider, that Prairie Stream's interesting. If you're just about, okay, BrewSpy, we just need to mitigate damage, whilst also getting colors, this is a land that could do that. Just a one-of. Just the one-of. And ideally it's untapped mana when? Turn 2? Here we go, we'll put it here. Okay, so not to bring it up again, think about the synergy between Search and Thassa. You get the choice of the top 3 cards every turn and an unblockable 5/5. Well, okay, but you said when you turn it on. No, and I'm happy to discuss cards that aren't being played that are interesting, have interesting implications. So the target creature you control can't be blocked this turn. Feels good if we're on the Misers, getting into the Trials, right? Okay, I'm with you. All right, so far so good. So you're saying do a split of Search Riscanta, Thassa, God of the Sea. And you're saying the reason has to do with devotion. Okay, so what are things that add to devotion? Detention Sphere. Okay, unflip Search Riscanta. Spreading Seas. These are all things that technically add to our blue devotion. I see it, Longwell. I see it. I don't know if I would run it, but I see what you're saying. Right? Also lets you go ham while... Well, Planeswalkers do that too, though. Like, Planeswalkers survive board sweepers too. Yeah, I appreciate you pointing that out, Wise. We probably should just cut the Mystic. Probably run something more like Fourth Colonnade or like a Stream. Or even like another Fountain or Fortress or another basic. Let me think about that, though. So don't flip your Search. You get the choice of the top 3 cards every turn. So an unflipped Search for Riscanta and a Thassa. It just seems like a lot of Dirtle, though. I mean, that's what this deck is, though, right? It just seems like that's a lot to tap out for Thassa. Still like the Fourth Colonnade. We could add Fourth Colonnade. I just don't own it. We could throw it in there. Since we're not sure we want to do 23 or 24. I like 24th land, actually, with blue-white. It just seems... It's the kind of deck that you don't really want to clunk around with the first few turns, and you don't really want to have to spend, like, hope to have, like, one of these 6 cantrips in the opener to actually get to your land drops. Yeah, but unflip Search and Jace is already gas. Yeah, unflip Search and Jace is already gas. That's true, but I don't hate it. I don't hate it. It's. I'll go out and say it. I'll go ahead and say it. It's a little cute, but it's cool. Depsy says, I don't think Thassa will ever be online, though. Yeah, I mean, it's a little cute, but that doesn't mean it's not viable. There's a difference between viable and good. So I would say that Thassa is in the this is viable. We don't know if it's good yet until somebody, and that's the thing, that's the beauty of brewing, that's the beauty of thinking about these things, is I don't know what the point would be, what the build of blue-white would look like, where something like Thassa, God of the Sea, goes from being cute and potentially viable to, hey, this card's actually good. You know, we could be the ones to do it, right, Longwell? Right, PG Longwell? We could be the ones to do it. 3 Colonnade seems fine, though, because you're on Entreats. Okay. Well, it does slow us down a little. I still think 24th land is correct for this thing, considering the... What was the card we were considering as the 24th? We were going to test an Irrigated? That's so greedy, though. I don't think any of these blue-white lists are running farmland, even if they could, right? We could do a little research into that. Card's... It's a little cute. It was really good, like, in standard style of decks. Oh, okay. There is somebody doing it. None of them are modern. Well, there you go. Take a look, though. Maybe there's one guy who's brave enough to try it. Nope. Yeah. Oops. Not being played. Yeah, I think it's just too slow. Think Section Search is still good, though. Wouldn't know what to cut. Maybe we should just play the 5th island even. I don't even know. It is important to be able to get out our basics as we Field of Ruin. I would feel so bad if... Actually, that happened to us a couple times when I only had 2 planes and 4 islands. We were fielding an opponent and we ran out of basics to get. Could see Irrigated being more relevant in a draw-go style. 2nd Glacial's fine. Oh, I've already got 2 Glacials. I don't know if you can see it from where you are. Wise words. Yeah, I'm on two Glacials, two fountains. I want to test a prairie. I think it's greedy, but it's kind of cool. I don't know. I want to test it. Yeah, I think maybe just like another basic. How about just another basic island until we're sure what it needs to be? Or like the Miser's Ghost Quarter. I think the Miser's Ghost Quarter is better if we're going to be on Crucible, though, and I don't think I'm doing Crucible. We tried Crucible already. It was a little slow to get going. It's super cool tech. I just think it's slow. It's the same reason like we're maybe not doing some of these other cards, or maybe not doing the cycling, irrigated farmland. It's always a tap land. That's true. And that's the thing. It's either a tap land or it cycles, and both of those modes are really slow in Modern. Why don't you just play some more fetches? More fetches can help with Jace. That's true. So what are our shuffles, right? We have Flooded Strand, that'll work with Jace. Serum Visions will work with Jace to clear the top. Search for Sconto will clear the top. Field of Ruin will clear the top. Do we want, even before we add the 5th island, do we want just another generic fetch? That's true. We could run an off-color fetch. We could run the 5th fetch. A fetch or two. Field of Ruin, I'm already on a playset. I like to put these in the 2-drop slot, or even arguably the 3-drop slot. Depends on how you're feeling. I mean, like, this kind of feels more like a 2-mana play, because although you're tapping 3 lands to do it, you get the untapped basic 24th or 25th land. It's land drop when you need it, cantrip when you don't. Are you talking about, Sarah, you're talking about farmland? We could test it. I mean, if we're just sure we aren't sure what the last spell should be, we could just slap in a farmland. I think it's just, there's a reason it's not being played by anybody right now. I think the reason is both of those modes are kind of bad right now, unfortunately. Modern's a little bit too, I mean, I think it's getting a little bit more mid-rangey, but it's still relatively proactive. I know those are two very opposite things, so that doesn't make sense, but I feel like there's enough proactive decks in the format, while Modern is slowly but surely getting a little bit more mid-rangey right now, which is cool. I don't mind that change. That's kind of neat. It still means that cards like that are probably bad, because they're only going to be good in specifically a grind. Whereas if it's aggro or combo, we're like, crap, we wish this was something else, So like when it's only like when you look at the meta and you're like, okay, well, we only wish that we had that in our deck specifically. Not here, not here, not here. Nope. Maybe, sure, no. No, yes, yes, no, 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 yes, no. Well, actually, Lantern's fine, so I would say yes, no, 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 yes, yes, no. There's too many no's, right? So maybe that's why it's not being played in the mana bases. Yeah, about Farmland, I don't think it'd be good for this deck. Yeah, I mean, maybe a different deck. Maybe a different deck. It's getting closer, though. I think we cut all the cuteness, right? I'm when I say cuteness, I'm even talking about like potentially the Gideon and the Elspeth package, like going away. Colonnade's the only tap land I'd play right now, says Kenny. Yeah, and we've even cut the 4th, which is a lot of people would say is ludicrous. You're crazy, BrewSpy, cutting the 4th Colonnade. Crazy. I don't think I'm crazy. Don't think I'm crazy to cut the 4th Colonnade. I think 3 is fine. I think 3's fine. Jace the Mind Sculptor better than all? Well, we're still just running 3 Jace. Still just 3. I don't disagree, though, with the 4th C. I think, actually, that was a good call. I was going to only run 3 Cs, but 4th... I mean, they kind of stack on one of another. Like, each C leads to the next one. It's kind of the same reason why we like to place at a field, is because they kind of, like seeing each other often. Why not play the 4th Colonnade over a farmland? No, I'm looking for a spell. I don't know what the spell is yet. Sorry, stream. I know you're trying to help me finish this deck so I can go to sleep. I'm looking for 2 more sideboard cards, and I'm looking for 1 more main. And I don't know what they are. I mean, is it maybe we just add another Vendilion click and we do like a main board click and a sideboard click and then discover 1 more card we want for the board? That could be it. We've already relegated ourselves into double D sphere. We have double D sphere. We have 1 main, 1 side. The double D sphere. You want to like main board Blessed? I don't know. See, this is where it gets really tough. I like our Misers, Halo, and Wreckage in the main. I mean, if we're going to run a Gideon of the Trials in the 75, that's where I like adding Jura. Not necessarily main. I like pairing Gideon of the Trials with at least one more Gideon in the 75. So like that could be one of the two sideboard cards. If we're dead set on playing a Gideon of the Trials, I like adding a Gideon Jura. Why don't you just play Snare again? Oh yeah. Oh no, it's here. Yeah, we kept it in. Kenny, that's a good point though. Yeah, I mean snares are sweet. They're good again. Relatively speaking, good again. I know I say that as like the most played deck right now is Tron, but just play blue-white tribal Gideons. We have played something like that before, Father Times. It was a wonderful meme. I liked it. Wasn't even as bad as we thought it was going to be. I think one mainboard click is pretty good though. It hedges against combo and Tron. How does this hedge against Tron? I can see it hedging against combo. You're saying it hedges against Tron because we take one of their big scary things? So you like a mainboard click and a sideboard click? I mean, like Vendilion click for our blue-white build specifically might be good because we may sometimes get stuck with an Entreat when we don't have Jace. Very possible. In fact, we had that happen a couple times today, and we were very thankful we had an extra Vendilion click. What do you think about strokes now? I have two on the board. We were thinking we want them. We were thinking we want them. At least one. All right, what about we run 2 clicks in the 75? There you go. That's our last mainboard card. I like it. I like it. Yeah, but it can take one of their threats. Yeah, I mean, like if you're lucky and they don't have a hand that's filled with all of the threats, which I always seem to get paired against, it's good. So guys, help me come up with our last sideboard card. Oh no, I can't take land, Lair Bear. Vendilion click is non-land. Yep, you may choose a non-land card from it. Click would be really good if it could take anything. No, Vendilion click is only able to take non-lands. All right, how about this? I haven't diversified the verdicts because I don't have it, but let me take a look, Zuby. Zooby-dooby, zooby-dooby. Let me take a look. Oh yeah, did we add Leak to my list? We didn't yet, did we? No, we did. Okay. With you so far. 2 knots. Terminus. See, I don't mind the Miser Terminus. Like, if it has a purpose, I like it. See, like, this has purpose to me, right? The Terminus in your list, I feel like you're probably doing it for a similar reason as Ben, right? The Benny Hill list. This Terminus is here because it gives you more outs that the verdicts can't give you, right? Against opposing Dredge or Hollowed One decks or some of the Vengevine decks people have been jamming that are neither of those two things. So yeah, being able to exile, yeah, I don't mind the Miser Terminus. I might even do that myself. What about a random Mentor? I do have Monastery Mentor online. Let me look at your sideboard. 2 negate, 2 dispel, pretty stocky. You move the Crucible to the board. I like that. See, I like that. Because here's the thing: when we tried a Crucible in the main, there were just too many matchups where it was over too fast. That's also the knock too. Oh wow, you cut all your D-spheres. I don't mind it necessarily. And you're on 3 snaps. Okay, okay. I dig it. I dig it. Yeah, I mean, you would probably just like trim a snap when you bring in the rest in pieces, right? Or like a logic, like just literally swap the rest in pieces for 1 logic, 1 snap. That's not bad. That's not bad. This looks sweet. And I mean, as long as it's your style, man. I mean, I'm happy to look at your list and give you my thoughts. Yeah, I mean, absolutely got to have that Ghost Quarter if you're going to run a Crucible in the 75. I feel like that's kind of the place for the Crucible in blue-white right now. It feels more sideboardable than mainboardable. Anyway. Geist and Thassa. Yeah, play Geist and then make it unblockable with Thassa. You were thinking of all the things, Longwell. Want some real cuteness? Play Render Silent. Yeah, for Bloodbraid. That's funny. Yeah. For those of you that don't know, Render Silent. When you quote some cards that a lot of people in the chat might not know off the top of their head, PG, you might just want to have MTG Bot pull it up for other people to get involved in your discussion. But yes, so Silent is counter spell, and then they can't cast other spells this turn. So yeah, I mean, that would be a 3-mana answer to a Bloodbraid. Whereas Counterflux, you have to overload it. We did talk about Counterflux in Jacekai. Yeah, this is fun. This is good against Storm, potentially, too. has a little more bite to it. Like the turn that they're trying to go off, you kind of wait a little bit for them to play out a few rituals, and then you just render silent. Yeah, it's cool. It's a fun of. It'd be fun to test, you know, just like your Thassa note, you know, your Thassa suggestion. I think it's very specific though. I think these are all really cool cards. I think they're also very specific. The knock to purge even is it's very specific. They have to be red or black permanents. There's enough red and black permanents in the metagame that this is fine. But you have to remember these cards are specific. I mean, well, some of those are not, but specific, specific, specific. Well, maybe not specific. Anyway. I'll fire it up once you finish. You gonna stream, Zuby? I could host you. Here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. Not sure about this. I've played a lot of just stompy decks recently. Give me timely. Give me time. Give me time, stream. Give me a little bit of time. I am going to mainboard the click though, just for this style of deck because of the entreats. And you know what? I might try the Miser's Terminus myself. I might do it. I might do it. I don't hate that tech. Like it's not our build around, it's not what we're trying to do every game, but it's nice to have another out besides specifically settle to some of the dredge decks in the format. I might try it. I might give it a shot. I might try this. I can if you viewers need somewhere to go. Yeah, fire it up, Zuby, and I can host you. That would be coolio, my friend. I would be happy to. So sit tight, guys. We're going to figure out this last sideboard card, and then I'm going to host you guys over to Zuby. Maybe it still is Elspeth for the board. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd love to test something fun like a Render Silent or a Thassa. I always like to have a pet card. I feel like we already have some other pet cards in this thing, like Entreat is the issue. We already have some other pet cards in this thing. Major problem with Thassa's, I think she's just less incredible than Search. Yeah, I think Thassa's kind of cool. I mean, brew to your heart's content, PG Longwell. Do some sort of like Geist of Entreat Thassa thing. That actually sounds really cool. I don't know if that's what we were trying to build here, though, unfortunately. But I think that's super cool. I say do it. I support you in that endeavor. I think that'd be kind of cool, like a Geist of Entreat Thassa deck. Anyway. I don't even hate the Render Silent idea. But that was the issue. Like, there's Counterflux in our Jacekai deck at first. Just to toy around with, you know, using it against Storm or Bloodbraid Elves, but like it just, I mean, there's plenty of Bloodbraid Elves, but like it's still just a very, very specific counterspell. I might even just want like another negate in the board, you know. How many counters are we on? Third Cryptic. Not that many. And a Snare. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 universal counters, 2 specific in the main. It's not that many, to be honest. Two specific counters and then 5 universal. Well, okay, universal is a misnomer, right? That's not necessarily true because you know you have to get to 4 mana. What about Finks over Timely? You like Kitchen Finks over Timely? I could see that. Oh, that was working for Benny. Is that why you're suggesting it, Father? Like Kitchen Finks? My idea for a creature-heavy deck. Or a deck that runs Mithralized. Mithralized is cool. Yeah, but it blocks twice and gains 4. Yeah, I mean the creatures in the meta are big and beefy enough, right? So you like just a couple Kitchen Finks? Okay, that fleshes it out. All right, I dig it. List done. No, it's not done. It's only the beginning. It's only the beginning stream. It's only the beginning. All right, here we go. And call it a deck. It's a deck. It's a deck. This is certainly a deck of cards. All right, guys. I'll see you on the next BrewSpytheMagicGuy show. No guarantee I'll be as entertaining. Oh, I'm sure you'll be plenty entertaining, Zuby. Are you live? Are you live yet? I can host you. So I gotta go to bed. It's 3:46 in the freaking morning for me. I like it. Two things. Boom. Probably clears up a lot of the issues that this has. I'm just not seeing it. Could be because it's almost 4 in the morning. My time. All right, I'll host you. I'll see you on the next Brew Spy the Magic Guy show.